What's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. The Zone. We in the building, bro. Shout out to the boxing champ, turning up already, man. We got a great topic. Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad. Felix Trinidad, a legend in the sport of boxing. Felix Trinidad, one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rico. We know about the great champions of Puerto Rico, Felix Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? Great fighters like Miguel Cotto, Felix Trinidad. You know what I mean? And now we got the great fighter, Xander Zayas, on his way, man. The youngest fighter to ever sign the top rank. Currently at the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, TJ Thoughts. TJ, what up, though? Everybody hit the like button. The next Felix Trinidad. We got the next Felix Trinidad. Xander Zayas. He's only 17 years old. He was the youngest fighter to ever sign the top rank. He was only 16 years old when he signed the top rank, man. You know, Puerto Rican fighters, you got great Puerto Rican fighters, like I said, Felix Trinidad, Hector Camacho, you know what I'm saying? Miguel Cotto. You know, now you got fighters like Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division who also fights for top rank. And now you got Xander Zayas, Felix Trinidad, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. Felix Trinidad knocked out Fernando Vargas. Felix Trinidad with big wins over Oscar De La Hoya. The first man to beat Oscar De La Hoya was Felix Trinidad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. Hit the like button right away. Subscribe to the channel. We about to get into the great topic. Felix Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out David Reed, the American Dream. David Reed. I remember when Felix Trinidad knocked him out. I remember when Felix Trinidad, you know what I'm saying, dominated Pernell Whitaker, bro. You know what I'm saying? He dropped Pernell Whitaker, dropped him. Felix Trinidad, let's go through his resume. Big wins for Felix Trinidad, you know what I'm saying, against Oscar De La Hoya, Hector Camacho. Felix Trinidad beat Hector Camacho, Oscar De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, David Reed, you know what I'm saying, Yori Boy Campos, William Joppy, you know what I mean? Great fighters, bro. David Reed, you know what I mean? Undefeated fighters. Felix Trinidad was such a great fighter. He moved up from 147, you know what I'm saying? Became a champion at 154, went up to 160 pounds, bro, and fought Roy Jones Jr., fought Bernard Hopkins. He knocked out Ricardo Mayorga. I remember when Felix Trinidad knocked out Ricardo Mayorga. Fresh BX in the building. We in here, BX. Put your X's up. Fresh BX, Xander Zayas. The next great Puerto Rican fighter, bro. Puerto Rico, bro. I love Puerto Rican fighters. Miguel Cotto, you know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad. Shout out to Rubski. Rubski in the chat, what's good? Rubski says, you know, I got to turn up for this one. He says the best in MMA, boxing, football, basketball, H Money, Mr. The Zone is here, baby. It's right here. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get it going. We doing numbers. You feel me? Boxing, basketball, football. You dig what I mean? Puerto Rico. You dig what I mean? Man, I love Felix Trinidad, bro. I remember when Felix Trinidad, he beat Oscar De La Hoya, bro. You know what I mean? He cried after the fight. Shout outs to Felix Trinidad. Felix Tito Trinidad, bro. And shout out to his father, Felix Trinidad Sr. You know, the great father and son relationship between Felix Trinidad and his father, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to Wilfredo Benitez, another Puerto Rican legend, another legend from Puerto Rico, Oscar Torres. You had great fighters like Oscar Torres from Puerto Rico. You had Wilfredo Gomez, Danny Garcia, another Puerto Rican fighter. Me too. I remember all those fights. Let's shout out to my boy TJ's Thoughts, Mr. The Zone. You have a lot of boxing knowledge, my brother. Salute. Oh yeah, man. Since a kid with my daddy, bro. You know what I mean? One of the best times I had with my father was watching boxing. Me, all my brothers, me and all my brothers watching boxing with my dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Those are some of the best memories that I got with my dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was in LA, bro, in the 40s. That was down there up in the 40s in LA, bro. You hear me? Off of West 45th Street, bro. You feel me? Gramercy and Vernon. Off of Western and Vernon, bro. You hear me? South Central LA business. Me too, I remember all those fights. Fresh BX, we in here, bro. You know, Rubski from Puerto Rico. Rubski, Puerto Rican for sure. He said Mayorga had pink hair versus Felix Trinidad. Yeah, and Trinidad knocked him out. And that's when Felix Trinidad came back off of retirement. Bro. 100, bro. D. Hodges. Shout out to the LDBC, baby. You know what I'm saying? Big L's, bro. Big L's. You hear me? Rest in peace to Big L as well. Big L's down here. D. Hodges. He said, what up, H Money in the chat. LDBC salute, family. 100. You already know Miguel Cotto was a savage, bro. Puerto Rican fighters, bro. Real deal Puerto Rican fighters, bro. I love Puerto Rican fighters. I can't lie. And I believe Wilfredo Gomez was another great Puerto Rican fighter, bro. Puerto Rican fighters is so important to the sport of boxing, bro. You know what I mean? We had a lack of great Puerto Ricans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once Miguel Cotto had retired, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't really having that great Puerto Rican fighter. It was a void there. Sure, you know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia. Shout out to Danny Garcia. He's American. He's Puerto Rican American, though. I'm talking about like a real fighter who came from Puerto Rico, like Xander Zayas. Hey, yo, Fresh BX. Xander Zayas, bro. I'm telling you, this kid is the real deal in the welterweight division. Watch out, welterweights. You know what I'm saying? I like Virgil Ortiz. Sure, I love me some Virgil Ortiz. We all know that, bro. You know what I mean? I wrote a song. I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Yeah, you know what I mean? But what about Xander Zayas? Everybody want to talk about fighters like, you know what I'm saying? Fighters like Jaron Ennis. Yeah, people talk about Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? People talk about fighters such as Virgil Ortiz. But do not forget about Xander Zayas, bro, out of Puerto Rico. Do not forget about the next Felix Trinidad, bro. You know what I mean? Puerto Rican fighters, you heard me. Puerto Rican fighters, Miguel Cotto, Felix Trinidad, Hector Macho Camacho. Rest in peace to Camacho, bro. Rest in peace to Hector. You know what I mean? The legacy lives on through Xander Zayas. The legacy lives on, bro. And, man, we're going to go into the film. But like I was telling you, Felix Trinidad at 147 pounds, all-time great. Undefeated at 147, bro. Felix Trinidad was undefeated at 147 pounds, bro. You know what I mean? Undefeated. No losses. Felix Trinidad, he beat Hector Camacho. He beat Pernell Whitaker. Felix Trinidad beat Oscar De La Hoya. He beat the Golden Boy. Who beat the Golden Boy? Felix Trinidad. Tito. Felix. Tito Trinidad, bro. And don't forget about the legend. I'll never forget about him. Shout out to the Mind Taker. Make sure y'all hit that like button when you step into the building, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the LDBC, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to the J4B, you heard me? And shout out to the MXBC. You better know that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mob ties, mob ties. Let me drop the link. Shout out to my boy, D. Hodges. You know what I mean? Who wanna hop on? You know what I mean? Get into the discussion. Felix Trinidad, he might be a top 3 welterweight of all time, bro. I got to give Felix Trinidad top 3. You got people like Floyd Mayweather Jr., Felix Trinidad in the conversation, bro. At 147, Felix Trinidad was undefeated, bro. I think Felix Trinidad could have possibly gave Floyd Mayweather his toughest fight You know what I'm saying? At 147 pounds, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He got to be the all-time great, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got to be an all-time great, bro. Felix Trinidad at 147 is an all-time great, bro. You better believe it. Fresh BX. All right, name your top welterweights. My top welterweights of all time, Floyd Mayweather number 1, Felix Trinidad number 2, bro. I think Felix Trinidad would have knocked out Sugar Ray Leonard. I think Felix Trinidad would have knocked out Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. You know what I mean? If they would have ever fought at 147, I think Felix Trinidad would have knocked him out, bro. Remember, Sugar Ray Leonard lost to Roberto Duran at 147. Roberto Duran came up from 135, yo. You know what I mean? Roberto Duran came up from 135, beat Sugar Ray Leonard. You smell me? Let's get it going. You better know it. You talking about all-time great at 147. If you talk about the all-time greats at 147, you got to talk about Felix Tito Trinidad, bro. Look at his resume. He beat Oscar De La Hoya, Hector Camacho, Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? Yuri Boy Campos, Obakar, Maurice Blocker. You know what I mean? He wiped out 147. Wiped out 147. Moved up to 154. Moved up in weight. Knocked out Fernando Vargas. He knocked out Fernando Vargas, who was undefeated. Then he knocked out David Reed, Olympic gold medalist. An Olympic gold medalist, David Reed, knocked him out too. You know what I mean? So Felix Trinidad at 147 was undefeated. We seen Sugar Ray Leonard lose. Sugar Ray Leonard lost to Roberto Duran, you know what I'm saying, who was a lightweight, who jumped up 2 weight classes. Listen, that's the equivalent to Mikey Garcia. Listen, that's when Roberto Duran beat Felix Trinidad at when Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard at 147. You know what I'm saying? When Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard at 147, that's the equivalent to Mikey Garcia moving up and beating Earl Spence. That would have been the same thing. If Mikey Garcia would have beat Earl Spence at 147, that was the same thing that Roberto Duran did to Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. So you know what? You got to give credit when credit is due. You know what I'm saying? You got to give credit when credit is due. Felix Trinidad was undefeated at 147. Undefeated. No losses. He beat the Golden Boy. Felix Trinidad beat the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, bro. You know what I mean? No matter how you cut it up, slice it, and dice it. Ain't no cap. He was undefeated. Was Felix Trinidad undefeated at 147? Yes or no? Yes or no? He was undefeated. He was undefeated at 147, bro. Floyd Mayweather undefeated at 147. The 2 best welterweights that I ever seen, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Felix Trinidad, bro. I think Felix Trinidad would have gave Floyd Mayweather his toughest fight, bro. That would have been the most dangerous fight. You know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad only been knocked out 1 time in his career. 1 time only by Bernard Hopkins. And he wasn't even knocked out. Matter of fact, his dad came in and stopped the fight. His daddy stopped the fight. It was a TKO. But on the other hand, we seen Thomas Hearns, Fresh BX. You said that Thomas Hearns, Fresh BX, hold up. You said that Thomas Hearns would have gave Floyd Mayweather his toughest fight. But didn't Thomas Hearns get knocked out by Sugar Ray Leonard? Didn't Thomas Hearns get knocked out a couple of times? He got knocked out twice by Iran Barkley. Felix Trinidad, he got stopped once by Bernard Hopkins at 160, bro. And his dad stopped the fight. Yo, what up, boxing champ? What's going on, big bro?
Yeah, what's up?
Talk to me. Speak up, bro.
Huh?
I can barely hear you. Talk to me. How you feeling, though?
I'm feeling good.
What's your thoughts on this topic right here? Talk to me.
I think I don't really know who Felix Trinidad is. Really.
Speak up, bro. I can't hear a word that you saying. Please, for the fans, you got to speak up.
I'll be right back.
Damn. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Fresh BX. You know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad was undefeated at 147, bro. Undefeated. He beat Hector Camacho. Felix Trinidad, he beat Pernell Whitaker, knocked Pernell Whitaker down. You know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad beat the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. He beat Obakar, Yori Boy Campos, Maurice Blockers. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated. Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Speak on it. Sugar Ray Leonard got beat. At 147 by a lightweight Roberto Duran. Sugar Ray Leonard let a lightweight Roberto Duran beat him, bro. A lightweight beat him, BX. Come on, dog. He let a lightweight beat him, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Puerto Rico, bro, legendary fighters. And I think, to be honest, the greatest Puerto Rican fighter that ever lived. The greatest Puerto Rican fighter that ever lived was Felix Trinidad, bro. Hands down, bro. All-time great, bro. Felix Trinidad, all-time great. He was at 147, moved up to 154. You know, he beat the top welterweight Oscar De La Hoya. Felix Trinidad moved up to 154, knocked out Fernando Vargas, knocked out David Reed. You know what I'm saying? Then he moved up to 160. You know what I'm saying? And fought the best. Y'all can't deny. Felix Trinidad fought the best. He fought the best. You know what I'm talking about? Pernell Whitaker, Hector Camacho, Oscar De La Hoya, David Reed, Fernando Vargas, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr., Winky Wright. You know what I'm saying? Ricardo Mayorga. He fought everybody, bro. Felix Trinidad is an all-time great, bro. He got to be a top 10 fighter. When you rank Felix Trinidad in the history books, Felix Trinidad is a top 10 fighter, hands down. It's not even close, bro. It's not even close. He's a top 10 fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fresh BX. So you saying Felix ain't a GOAT? He's a GOAT, bro. At 147, he's the second greatest welterweight that ever lived. I got him over Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. I got him over Sugar Ray Leonard at 147. At 147, I got him number 2, bro. Number 1, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Number 2, Felix Trinidad, bro. I think Felix Trinidad would have gave Floyd Mayweather his toughest fight, bro. Point blank, period, bro. Hit the like button right now, bro. We cooking up. Xander Zayas. Pay attention to the name. Xander Zayas, bro. The next great Puerto Rican fighter. Put it down in your, you know what I'm saying? Write it down. Take notes. You know what I mean? The kid got what it takes. The youngest fighter to ever sign to Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? The youngest fighter to ever sign to Top Rank. Xander Zayas, bro. Hit the like button right away, bro. Take notes. Only 17 years old, Fresh BX. Only 17. The youngest fighter to ever sign the Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? 147 pounds. In the future, he's going to be a champion, bro. I can't wait to watch Xander Zayas in the future, bro. You know what I mean? Possibly against Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? Jerron Ennis. He's right there. He's a big kid, bro. The same height as Felix Trinidad. Same height. You know what I mean? Great punching power. He's a big kid, bro. Only 17. The kid is huge. He's huge, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm comparing him to an all-time great. He's a 13-time champion. A 13-time national champion in Puerto Rico. 13-time champion in Puerto Rico, bro. You know what I mean? Pay attention. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, bro. We about to go into the footage, man. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm telling you. Fresh BX, bro. Pay attention to this kid, bro. ASAP. You better believe it, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. Let's go. No cap, bro. Ain't no cap. You hear me? Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas, bro. Let's get it popping, BX. No cap. Young star in the making. The next great Puerto Rican fighter. The next great Puerto Rican fighter. Xander Zayas. You know what I mean? The youngest fighter to sign the top rank. The youngest fighter in the history to sign the top rank, bro. Great punching power. Great techniques, bro. I got exclusive footage for y'all, bro. You know how I do it, bro. Ain't nobody else talking about Xander Zayas but H Money Mr. DAZN, bro. Ain't nobody else talking about Xander Zayas but H Money Mr. DAZN, bro. You know what I mean? I'm on my boxing-ish, bro. I'm breaking down all the great young fighters in the sport, bro. I'm giving you a heads up. You know what I mean? Don't be surprised when Xander Zayas become a world champion because you know where you heard it first, bro. You know where you heard it first, yo. You know what I mean? Taking it to the next level. Breitling, baguette bezel. You know what I'm saying? Bends pedal to the metal. Hotter than a tea kettle. You feel me? Let's get it going, bro. All of that nice-ish, bro. I got exclusive footage, bro. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, bro. You know how I do it, bro. I'm bringing that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire. You hear me? I got that fire, dog. Let's go, bro. You better know it. Let's get into it, bro. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. The next great Puerto Rican fighter, Xander Zayas, bro. Shout out to Edgar Berlanga. Shout out to Edgar Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? Out of New York City, bro. Another great young Puerto Rican fighter, Edgar Berlanga, with 13 wins and 13 knockouts, all in the first round, bro. 13 wins, 13 knockouts, all in the first round. You know what I mean? I'm bringing that pressure. Point blank, period. What's popping, Sills? Hit the like button right away, bro. Exclusive footage. You better know it. Let's go to the tell of the tape, man, right away. You know what I mean? Ain't no time to wait, bro. Ain't no time to wait, bro. You know how I do it, bro. I've been watching boxing my whole life, bro. That's why I talk the way I talk, man. You know what I mean? That's why I'm able to talk the way that I talk. You hear me? Let's get it going. Tell of the tape. Felix Trinidad. Let's go look at Felix Trinidad, bro. All-time great. One of the greatest fighters that ever lived in the sport of boxing, bro. One of the greatest fighters of all time. Felix Trinidad, bro. Shout outs to Felix, Tito Trinidad. Look at the record. Unbelievable. A champion in 3 different weight classes. A champion in 3 different weight classes. Felix Trinidad. You know what I mean? 42 wins. 35 knockouts. You know what I mean? 5'11", 72 inches and a half. You know what I'm saying? Reach. His reach, 72 and a half. You feel me? 5'11" for Felix Trinidad, Puerto Rico's own. Legend in the sport of boxing. All-time great, bro. Who's all-time great? So let's go look at the beautiful resume, Felix Trinidad. And let's go see why he's one of the greatest at 147 that ever lived, bro. Let's go look at it. Subscribe. Hit the like button, dog. At 147, Felix Trinidad was undefeated. Okay, Yuri Boy Campos, he beat Hector Camacho. The man, all right, his first title fight was against Maurice Blocker. Let's start right here with his win against Maurice Blocker. You know what I'm saying? For that IBF welterweight championship of the world. Felix Trinidad beat Maurice Blocker. You know what I mean? Then he beat Hector Camacho. Then he beats Yuri Boy Campos, who was undefeated at the time. You know what I mean? Beats Yuri Boy Campos, who was undefeated. You know what I mean? So you got Maurice Blocker, Hector Camacho, Yuri Boy Campos. Then he beats Obakar. You know what I mean? He beats Obakar, bro. The motor from the Motor City, Obakar from Detroit, who was undefeated, another undefeated fighter. Come on, beats an undefeated Obakar. undefeated overcard. Felix Trinidad, you know what I mean? Then he fights. Then who else he beat? Pernell Whitaker. There you go, Pernell Whitaker right here. And he beat Pernell Whitaker easy. His performance against Pernell Whitaker was more impressive than Oscar De La Hoya. Everybody knew Pernell Whitaker beat Oscar De La Hoya in that fight. And Pernell Whitaker got robbed against Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I mean? But Felix Trinidad, he dropped Pernell Whitaker. Dropped him. You know what I mean? Put him down on a canvas. You know what I mean? Something Oscar De La Hoya didn't do. Oscar De La Hoya never knocked down Pernell Whitaker, but Felix Trinidad did. So look at the resume. You got Yuri Boy Campos, Obakar, Maurice Blocker, Hector Camacho, Pernell Whitaker at 147. Then he beats undefeated Oscar De La Hoya, another undefeated fighter for Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya. You know, he beats the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, who was considered the best fighter in the world at the time. You know what I mean? Who was considered the best fighter in the world. And what happened? What happened? Felix Trinidad dominated his ass, bro. Oscar De La Hoya was running. De La Hoya started running. Sure, Oscar De La Hoya, he did good in the beginning of that fight. He looked good. But what happened? He ran out of gas, and then he started running. And Felix Trinidad was hitting him with some big shots. Oscar De La Hoya, he began to run. He started running because he knew he was going to get knocked out against Felix Trinidad, bro. He knew Felix Trinidad was going to knock him out. And that's why Oscar De La Hoya ran all around the ring. He ran all over the ring trying to survive, bro. You know what I mean? And Felix Trinidad beat Oscar De La Hoya. He beat him. You know what I mean? Then Felix Trinidad beat the undefeated David Reed. Look how many undefeated fighters, bro. And another undefeated fighter. Undefeated fighter after undefeated fighter. Felix Trinidad was beating people in their primes, bro. Felix Trinidad was beating champions in their prime, bro. You know what I mean? David Reed, Olympic gold medalist from Philadelphia. Philadelphia, the American dream, David Reed. And Felix Trinidad beat David Reed, who was an Olympic gold medalist, who was undefeated, 14-0, the champion. He was the champion at 154 pounds, who was a rising star. Everybody thought David Reed was going to be the next star Olympic gold medalist. What happened? Felix Trinidad stopped him. Stopped him. Knocked his ass out. You know what I mean? Keep it going. Then Felix Trinidad fought another undefeated fighter, Fernando Vargas. Another undefeated fighter, Fernando Vargas, on the resume. Felix Trinidad knocks out Fernando Vargas. Stops him. Undefeated Fernando. Look at the run. Look at the run by this kid, bro. Unbelievable. Felix Trinidad was young, bro. He was about 25 years old, beating all these fighters. Fighter after fighter after fighter. Just beating them down, knocking them out. Knocked out David Reed. Knocked out Fernando Vargas. You know what I'm saying? Beat Oscar De La Hoya. Beat Hector Camacho. Beat Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? Beat all these guys. Obakar, who was undefeated. You know what I mean? Yuri Boy Campos, who was undefeated. Felix Trinidad making it look easy, bro. Making it look easy. You already know, TJ. Big facts, bro. Big facts, TJ. You know, man, I'm spitting nothing but facts, bro. That's how I do it on this side, bro. You know what I mean? Giving them nothing but facts. So Felix Trinidad beat Fernando Vargas, knocked him out. Knocked out Fernando Vargas. Then he moves up to 160 pounds and beats William Joppy, who was a great champion. He beat William Joppy, who was a great champion. William Joppy, who only had one loss, a controversial loss, when William Joppy got robbed against Julio Cesar Green. And I did a video about William Joppy. You know what I'm saying? I just did a video about him a couple months ago. You know what I mean? And talked about how much of a good fighter that William Joppy was. You know what I mean? And what did Felix Trinidad do? His first fight at 160, he doesn't take a tune-up fight at 160. He goes straight up to 160 and fight a champion. He moves straight up to 160 and fight a champion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad was moving up in weight classes and fighting champions. Just like he moved up to 154. As you can see, he beat Oscar De La Hoya. Then he moved up to 154 and fought David Reed. He fought David Reed for the world championship, the WBA super welterweight champion. You know what I mean? Moves up from 147, as you can see, and moved up to 154 and beat an undefeated champion, David Reed. You know what I'm saying? Then he moved up to 160, first fight at 160 against William Joppy, a world champion. And what'd he do? Knocked out William Joppy, as you can see. Stopped his ass. Got rid of him. You know what I mean? And then what'd he do? Then what did Felix Trinidad do? He comes back and what he does? Fights Bernard Hopkins. He fought Bernard Hopkins, all-time great. He took his first loss to one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, Bernard Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? And he got stopped. Bernard Hopkins stopped him. You know what I mean? And Bernard Hopkins was, a very physical fighter. Bernard Hopkins, an all-time great. Some people consider Bernard Hopkins as a dirty fighter. Hitting people with low blows and those hip shots. And Felix Trinidad wasn't ready for no fighter like a Bernard Hopkins, bro. He wasn't ready for a fighter like Bernard Hopkins. So Felix Trinidad took his first loss against Bernard Hopkins. And guess what? He went toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Bernard, bro. Toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Bernard Hopkins, and he got beat. You know what I mean? Felix Trinidad retires from boxing after that. Matter of fact, he fought against Sharifi. He fought a guy against Sharifi. He took a year off. He took about a year off. Came back, in Puerto Rico. He fought in his hometown, Puerto Rico, and he won by knockout against Sharifi. And then he retired from the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? But he came back. And he came back. Felix Trinidad beat Ricardo Mayorga. Bro. You know what I mean? Not only did he beat Ricardo Mayorga, he knocked him out. Knocked out Ricardo Mayorga. You know what I mean? After getting beat by Bernard Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad, he came back after retirement. Came back. You know what I'm saying? And knocked out Ricardo Mayorga. Felix Trinidad, then he fought Winky Wright. Took a loss to Winky Wright. And he fought against Roy Jones Jr. at 170 pounds. 3 years after losing to Winky Wright, he came back and he fought Roy Jones and he lost. You know what I mean? At 170 pounds. Keep in mind, he started off at 147 at welterweight. So, to sum things up, the beautiful resume of Felix Tito Trinidad. The beautiful resume. You know what I'm saying? Big wins over Hector Camacho, Obakar, Maurice Blocker. You know what I'm saying? Yuri Boy Campos, Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya. Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya, David Reed, Fernando Vargas, William Joppy. You know what I mean? Ricardo Mayorga. Trinidad was what you call an all-time great, bro. All-time great in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? So let's size him up with the next Felix Trinidad. Xander Zayas. The next Tito Trinidad, Xander Zayas. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it, bro. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Felix Trinidad. Let me show y'all one more time. The height of Felix Trinidad. His height. 5'11" with a 72.5-inch reach. 5'11" with a 72.5-inch reach for Tito Felix Trinidad, bro. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel ASAP. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get to it, bro. 5'11", 72.5-inch reach for Felix Tito Trinidad. Let's go to Xander Zayas, bro. Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad, bro. Pay attention to this kid, man. Young, great fighter, up and coming. You know what I mean? Making a lot of noise in the sport of boxing. Here we go. The next Trinidad. The next Felix Trinidad. There we go, bro. Take notes. The youngest fighter to sign the top rank. 5'10", Felix Trinidad, 5'11". Xander Zayas, 5'10". You know what I mean? There we go. The next Trinidad, bro. Take notes. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You dig what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad, 5'11". Xander Zayas, 5'10". Only 17 years old. Look at his age. Show you his age, 17. All-time great. Let's get into it, bro. H Money, Mr. The Zone. Felix Trinidad, bro. You know what I mean? This how we doing things on this side, bro. You better believe it. You better believe it. You know what I mean? Xander Zayas, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's get into it, bro. Let me show y'all exactly who he is. Let's go take a good look at him. You know what I mean? Let's go check out this interview by Xander Zayas. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel ASAP. You know what I mean? Hit the thumbs up button. You dig? We out here. Young Xander Zayas. You better believe it. Speaking into existence, bro. You know what I mean? The kid is ready to be a champion. You know what I mean? Up and coming. Here we go.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. You better know it.
And I heard they're also in HD. ITRboxing.com.
Let's go.
That was actually 2 years ago. I was 110 pounds and 106. I would say. I'm sorry. I was 100. There was actually.
You heard it here first. Pretty cool videos. And I heard they're also in HD. ITRboxing.com.
There was actually 2 years ago. I was 110 pounds and 106. I would say. I'm sorry. I was 106 pounds and then after that was my last tournament, 106. Then after we just got the growth spurt, then I went to 125. Won my national there. Then I went to 152 the year after and won the national again, and then became pro. I started boxing at the age of 5. I was being victim of bullying, and my mom decided to put me into boxing. You know, I'll say when I won my third national back to back in Puerto Rico, I really thought that I was good at the sport, and I decided to make it part of my life.
You know, the way we met was he was actually going to fight one of my kids from Romania, and at the tournament I found out that my fighter wasn't going to be able to participate at nationals, and they were already matched up, so I went up to Xander's coach at the time and told him, look, I'm going to go ahead and pull my fighter out, so that, if something happens and he did win the fight, I don't want it to hinder, Xander's chances. So we went ahead and pulled, my fighter out of the competition, and it allowed Xander to go ahead and compete, against someone else. And of course, the phenomenal fighter he was. He ended up winning and going out to nationals. Now, when he returned from nationals, his coach wasn't, his health wasn't the greatest, and he ended up passing away, unfortunately. So I guess he kind of remembered, what we discussed, and he showed up in my gym one day, and we've been together ever since. It was like one of those match made in heaven type of deals. I told him once I pulled my kid out, I told him, all right, I'll support you all the way through now. We're both being Puerto Rican. I told him, I want to support my compatriot as well.
Oh man, Puerto Rico, hey. You gotta read it. Puerto Rico, Boricua pride, you already know. I feel great, man. It's just, man, I think I was born in the right place at the right time. Puerto Rico is just something amazing, and it's the best island that I can think of right now. Man, first of all, I'm grateful for the opportunity that Top Rank gave me. My team, I got a great team, and it feels great. It feels great. It's an opportunity for a lifetime, and I think that I believe that I gotta take advantage of it and just do my best every time I step into the ring.
Well, it was great, especially the fact that, that's the promoter that he wanted to sign with. There was interest from a bunch of different promoters, and, we discussed it with him. The Top Rank was always his top pick. Top Rank was somebody that, his idol was signed with, which is Miguel Cotto. And, he felt they moved him, the way, a promoter should move a fighter. And he felt, that they could possibly do the same for him. And after, meeting with everyone over at Top Rank, we all felt extremely comfortable with, going forward and making that decision to sign with him? Was my thing is my motivation. A lot of people don't ask about my motivation, and I'll say my motivation is my mother. My mother is like something. I think that's my why. What I do this. Why I wanna be great in boxing is because of my mom. So that's a question that not a lot of people ask me, and a lot of people don't know. She's my hero. You know, she's somebody that works hard for whatever she wants in life. Somebody that always push the limits. Somebody that you know, as a woman, as you know, just as a human being, you gotta admire. And I believe she's my hero, and this is why I do it. Why I do the things I do because of her. I want the best for her and the best for my family. Every time I feel weak, every time I feel sore, tired, I just think about my why. I just think about her, my sister, my dad, Orlando Garcia. I just think about them, and it gave me strength. It gave me a lot of energy just to keep moving forward, keep pushing. Man, again, we just started my pro career. 5 years from now, I see myself in a great spot, maybe a world contender or a world title holder. But let's see where you know where it takes me. Where it takes me, I'm gonna be ready, and I'm gonna keep fighting for what I love and what I do.
You don't have to share.
Yeah, I mean, exclusive footage, bro. Hit that like button. Let's go, bro. Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad. You know what I mean? Smash that like button, bro. Future world champion, 147 pounds. He's putting everybody on notice, bro. All the young fighters at 147, you got to watch out for Xander Zayas. I'm talking about fighters like Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis. These are the future of the welterweights. Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, and Xander Zayas, bro. You got to put him in the conversation. You got to put him up there with Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. Don't forget about Xander Zayas, bro. That's what I got to say about that, bro. The kid got what it takes to be the next great Puerto Rican fighter. Only 16 years old, bro. Only 16. Let's go check out one of his fights. Why not? Let's go watch a fight. I'm giving you exclusive footage, bro. Let's go watch him fight. Leave a comment. Xander Zayas. The next Felix Trinidad. Here we go, bro. You know what I mean? One of his first fights, bro. Who you know giving you exclusive content when you can watch the next Felix Trinidad, bro. For your own very eyes, bro. H Money, Mr. The Zone, bro. You know how we doing it on this side, bro. You know what I mean? Puerto Rico. You feel me? I love Puerto Rican fighters, man. Hector Camacho, who was one of the greatest showmen of all time. Fighters like, you know what I mean? Felix Trinidad, of course. You know, Miguel Cotto, Danny Garcia's, you know what I mean? Edgar Berlanga, you know, Wilfredo Gomez, Oscar Torres, Puerto Rico. Let's go, bro. I love Puerto Rico, man. Straight up and down. One of his fights right here. I guess, you know what I'm saying? Mark and Bailey. This one he was 16. Check him out at 16 years old. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? He got that energy. He got the energy. He got the look. He got the look of a superstar, bro. Look at him, 5'10". Felix Trinidad was 5'11". He's 5'10". Felix Trinidad was 5'11". Tall kid. He used that high guard defense like Felix. A great body puncher. Tremendous power. He got it all, bro. He got what it takes. Trust and believe that. Believe that, big bro. This how we doing it right here, man. Shout out to Puerto Rico, bro. Shout out to all the real ones from Puerto Rico, man. Let's check him out, bro. Let's see what he got. Giving you exclusive content. Let's go check him out, bro. One of his first fights as a professional. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go, Xander Zayas. Here he is, bro. The next Felix Trinidad. Let's go check him out. Film study, bro. So he got a 70-inch reach. Felix Trinidad, 72.5-inch reach. Xander Zayas with a 70-inch reach. The next Felix, he was 17 at this fight. My bad, he was 17. The next Felix Trinidad, bro. Live, H Money, Mr. The Zone, Giving you that real spill Holyfield, bro. You dig me? Giving you that real spill Holyfield, bro. Hit the like button right away. Here it go. Round number 1. Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad. Look at him, bro. He got the same stance as Felix. Coming forward, putting that pressure. Big right hand lead by Xander Zayas. Great body puncher as well. Very strong. He's heavy-handed. A lot of power. He's packing a lot of power. Got him in the clinch. You know what I mean? Very physical fighter. A 13-time national champion in Puerto Rico. 13-time. Now look at that left hook to the body. He looks like the reincarnation of Felix Trinidad, bro. Are we watching the next Tito Felix Trinidad? That's what it looks like to me. Combination. Look at the hand speed. Accurate punches. Look at him. Very accurate. And his opponent is trying to hold him. He won't even let him hold him. Give him a forearm to the face. Very physical. Big shots by Xander Zayas. The next Tito Felix Trinidad, bro. The next Felix Trinidad. Unbelievable fighter, bro. The guy has potential to be great. Potential to be one of the greats. Only 16 years old, the youngest fighter that ever signed to Top Rank. Turned professional at 16. He's 17 now. Look at him. Very accurate, very active too, letting his hands go. You know what I mean? Right hand lead. Very fast, very strong punches. And guess what? He has a great jab as well. I love the footwork. The footwork. That was, you know why Felix Trinidad was so great was because of that footwork that Felix Trinidad always brought to the table, man. Felix always had great footwork. Believe that. Combination to the body by Xander Zayas. Big combination, right hand to the body. Xander Zayas looking strong, bro. Very, very strong. Imagine him at, 25 years old. He's only 17. He's only 17. His body hasn't even fully developed yet. Wait until Xander Zayas puts on his man strength, bro. Right hand upstairs. Very accurate, bro. Precision. Precision accuracy by Xander Zayas. Jab upstairs by a young Xander Zayas. 17, man. I can't wait to see him when he's 25, 24 years old, 25. You know what I mean? Once he put that man strength on his body, you know what I mean? And he starts to mature. His body starts to mature. Big right hand upstairs, measuring him with his jab. Beautiful jab, bro. A 13-time champion, a 13-time national champion in Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas. Hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter. Look at him. You can see, man, the speed. You can see the power. It's all there, bro. You know what I mean? One of the best prospects in boxing. He's a huge name. He has a big-time fan base in Puerto Rico, bro, and in America. He lives currently in Florida. You know what I'm saying? One of the best prospects in boxing, bro. Let's go. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, bro. I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying, exclusive content, bro. You know what I mean? One of the best prospects. Look at him. Left uppercut, right hand, putting the pressure on his opponent. Only 17 years old, bro. And he's this good already. Listen. He's this good already, bro. And he's only 17? A 13-time national champion from Puerto Rico? Are you kidding me? Xander Zayas, bro. Pay attention to this kid right away. He's going to be an all-time great. Up-and-coming legend, bro. A future legend in the sport. The next Felix Trinidad, bro. The next Tito Felix Trinidad, bro. You better know it. You know how we doing it, bro. We taking it to the next level, bro. 2020, you know what I mean? This kid is making a name for himself. Quickly. Very fast. Xander Zayas, I got exclusive content for you, bro. Ain't nobody gonna do it like this, man. Ain't nobody gonna break it down like me, bro. Look at him, round number 2, right hand lead upstairs. Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas, big shots upstairs, bro. You better pay attention to him. You know what I mean? Before it's too late. Remember who told you first about the next Felix Trinidad. Remember who told you first who was the next Tito Trinidad. He got the smile. He got the look. He got the charisma. He got the skills. He got the skills to pay the bills, baby. What more can I say? What more can I say, Fresh BX? Man, hit that like button ASAP, bro. This kid is for real. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Young Xander. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Attack mode. Attack mode, bro. Give it to him, Xander. You know what I mean? Let's go. Baby Tito. That should be his nickname. Baby Tito, bro. Baby Trinidad, bro. Baby Trinidad, bro. You hear me? Let's get it going. Left hook upstairs, Xander. Oh, man. Looking fast, looking strong. At 17, bro, he just a puppy. He a puppy in the game, bro. MXBC in the building. Coco Tyler, the next Felix Trinidad. Xander Zayas, my brother. He's the next Felix Trinidad. MXBC in the building. Right here, Xander. Left hook. Combinations, hand speed. Give it to him. Finish him, Xander. Let's go. Let's go, Xander. Give it to him. Body shots. Oh, man, a 13-time national champion from Puerto Rico. Unbelievable talent, bro. And he's so tough on the inside, he ain't going to let nobody hold him. I like that. He got that mean streak to him. Hit him with a forearm, bro. Don't let him hold you. Let's go. Xander Zayas, the next Trinidad, bro. I thought I would never see the next Felix Trinidad. I thought, I thought it would never be a next Felix Trinidad until I seen Xander Zayas, bro. Once I seen Xander Zayas, I knew he was going to be a great fighter, bro. I knew it. You know what I mean? 13-time national champion from Puerto Rico. Come on, who doing it like Xander? Ain't nobody doing it like him. Look at him bust his eye wide open, bro. Got his eye leaking. You heard me? Or they might want to stop it. Are they going to stop it? It look like they're going to stop the fight. Big cut on the eye. Xander busted him open. Stop it. They going to stop it or what? You see how he get rid of his opponents? He don't want to continue, bro. Oh, he kept going. This kid tough. Oh, he going against a tough kid, bro. Break him down, Xander. Finish him off. He don't want that work with you, Xander. They ain't built like that, homie. They ain't built like that, Xander. The next Trinidad, you get to see it up close and personal. Left hooks to the body. Very tough. Only 17 years old. The youngest fighter to ever sign the top rank. You heard me? This is how he doing it. This is how he doing it right here. Break him down. You know what I mean? Great techniques, great footwork, very athletic. He got speed. He got power. He got everything that it takes to be the next Trinidad, bro. You better believe it. You know what I mean? Speak it, receive it, believe it. You know what I'm saying? Speak it, receive it, believe it. Trust. You know what I mean? The next Trinidad, bro. Y'all get to see it first. This is exclusive content, bro. You know what I mean? So y'all know, bro. This kid right here gonna be a world champion. Xander Zayas, remember the name. The next Felix Trinidad, bro. Then don't you forget it. Don't you forget it, bro. We want smoke, man. He wants smoke. 147. You got Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? You got fighters like Jaron Ennis. Virgil Ortiz, Xander Zayas. These are the future great welterweights. Xander Zayas is only 17. He's only 17 years old. Jaron Ennis is 22 years old. And Virgil Ortiz is 21. So he's the youngest one out of all of them, bro. He's coming up in the game quick, though. You know what I mean? He's coming up quickly. Very fast. I just love the footwork, bro. I love the footwork that he brings to the table. I love the speed. I love the punching power. You know what I mean? I love I love the athleticism at 17, bro. He's this good. Left hook upstairs. We watching the next Trinidad, bro. We watching the next Felix Trinidad right here. Xander Zayas. Trust and believe it. Right hand upstairs by Xander Zayas. Left hook to the body, Xander Zayas. Right hook upstairs. Right hand. This is what I'm talking about, bro. Look at the punches and bunches. Very accurate, too, with his shots. I love the accuracy, bro. You can see the great amateur background in those punches that he throw. You can see the great amateur background, bro. Trust and believe that. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be turning up for a minute tonight. We talking about Felix Trinidad, bro. I'm going to be here all night talking about Felix, homie. You know what I mean? Right hand upstairs. Hand speed. Right hand. Oh, he beating him down. Great body punching, too. Mixing up his shots. I love to see that. Going upstairs. Oh, he's the referee looking. The fight is over. The fight is over. He wins by knockout, bro. Wins by knockout. You seen him, bro. Look at him, bro. He's a showman, too. He's a great showman like a Felix Trinidad. Get the fans into it. You know what I mean? Very entertaining. He's very entertaining. Trust and believe that. Believe it. My boy coming up rapidly in the rankings. You know what I mean? Making a huge name for himself. He got the fans talking, bro. He's already a big name in Puerto Rico. He's going to be the next Puerto Rican superstar, bro. You know how important Puerto Rican boxers, are to boxing? Y'all know how popular Hector Camacho was? He was on TV shows. I remember Hector Camacho on the Wayans Brothers. On the Wayans Brothers TV show. I remember, you know what I mean? Hector Camacho doing pay-per-views. Well, Julio Cesar Chavez, pay-per-views with Sugar Ray Leonard. Hector Camacho was one of the most flamboyant fighters of all time. Felix Trinidad, you know how many pay-per-views he did? Felix Trinidad, pay-per-views against Fernando Vargas, pay-per-views against Oscar De La Hoya, pay-per-views against Bernard Hopkins. Felix Trinidad was a superstar, bro. He was a superstar in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? And Xander Zayas, the new Felix Trinidad, bro. You know what I mean? And exactly, Felix Trinidad, pay-per-views against William Joppy. Felix Trinidad, pay-per-views against Ricardo Mayorga. You know what I mean? Pay-per-view after pay-per-view. He was a star, bro. For real, Felix was a superstar, bro. A freaking superstar, bro. Hit the like button, man. I'm giving you exclusive content, bro. Ain't nobody doing it like me. You know what I mean? Teaching y'all about the new young champions. You know what I mean? Keep it going, bro. Look at Xander, round number 3. Punishing him, bro. Hand speed, power, accuracy. You know what I mean? Skills. He got everything. Footwork. You know what I mean? At 17 years old, doing it like that. Who you know doing it like that at 17, homie? You know what I mean? Making it look easy. Young Xander. Young greatness. You know what I mean? Young greatness, bro. Looking at a future star, bro. You're looking at a future Hall of Famer in Xander Zayas, bro. Take a good look, man. Take a picture. It will last longer, bro. Take a picture and it will last longer. So what I'm going to do right now, let's get into this Felix Trinidad stuff, bro. Let's get into my boy Felix Tito Trinidad, bro. Felix Trinidad documentary. You know what I mean? Let's get into that. Everybody hit the like button. You about to watch it, bro. Y'all know how we do things on this side.
Welcome the undefeated challenger, Felix Tito Trinidad.
Let's go to this Felix Trinidad documentary. Gang stuff, bro.
Please welcome the undefeated challenger, Felix Tito Trinidad.
No quitting blocker though. He's throwing. He knows he's in trouble. He knows
It's almost over. He is trying. Rippling up and down goes Blocker. Holding on. And Trinidad such a good finisher. He won't let Turner off the hook. Gabriel Garcia knocking him down 4 times in the first round. He composed now and stalking Lushing. Who's taking damage. Going up, final seconds to the 10. At the beginning of the end right here. Compass ready to go, or is he? Oh, unbelievable. Richard Steele steps in. It's over. It's all over. What he does is help you take hold. There he goes. Down to the canvas. Now he goes up and goes down. He goes up. Trinidad goes right back in. Combination of that foot spurting right zone. Dollar steps in. It's all over. Patient. Bobby, that's what you get to do. Trouble. You can't go toe to toe. You cannot exchange for Trinidad. Straight right. Oh, look out. He's ready to go.
Clinical effort by Felix Trinidad, and he is racking up the damage against Larry Bond.
Yo ya voy a volver 6 años de campeón.
I've been a champion for 6 years, but it's time for the big purses now. And it's time for the big fights that years ago I never got. Not because of me, but because of the promoters. But it's 1999, and it'll be a great year for me.
26-year-old welterweight champion Felix Trinidad is in his 10th year of professional boxing. But because he's never received the kind of exposure or prize money he feels he deserves, he's fought only 3 times in the last 28 months and remains relatively little known.
Lastima la carrera del boxeador.
It's bothersome, yes. Inactivity can hurt a boxer's career. He's not earning money. He's not seen. He's not maintaining his level of visibility. But I got a good contract for him now. He's being paid what he's worth on the market.
Ya está todo bien, gracias. En 2 ocasiones.
On 2 occasions, I've had 7 and 8 months of inactivity. This time, I've gone 9 months without a fight. But now we're done with this whole thing with Don King. The conflicts in court in New York and in Puerto Rico. It's all been resolved.
Unhappy to have been an underpaid, undercard fighter throughout his career, Trinidad ended his feud with promoter Don King when King rewarded Felix with a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract. It will finally shift the focus from the courtrooms to the boxing ring.
At one time, you could say that Don King didn't value my career enough. I wasn't paid per fight what I'm worth. But now I've earned big money in my next fight. What we want to do is just boxing. Get some big fights and show those who may have in doubt that there's no one better than me.
The timing couldn't be any better for Trinidad. In the competitive, star-studded 147-pound division, a win over Whitaker could open doors for a possible showdown with Oscar De La Hoya after De La Hoya's split decision victory over Ike Quartet last week.
This time has come. I've been saying that for a long time. Along with the financial compensation, he's got to get the big fights. The promoters know that to pay him, they've got to get fighters who will attract the public. And Peter wants to fight those boxers who are at his level, too.
Now appearing in his first big fight since he decisioned Hector Camacho and knocked out Yuri Boykampas at Omakar 5 years ago, Trinidad is confident a victory over Whitaker will bring him the recognition that has eluded him for so long.
I think that after this fight with Whitaker, when I win, I'm sure the public and everyone else will see that I am the best pound for pound. After that fight, there will be no doubt that I'm number one.
Further complicating Trinidad's obscurity problems is the fact he still lives in his native Puerto Rico.
I've lived here all my life. My family is here, my people. I like it here. I like the atmosphere. And no matter where I go, everyone, Puerto Ricans, Americans, everyone says hello.
So Felix Trinidad's moment to make a mark in contemporary welterweight history has finally arrived. There should be no more excuses about the problems with promoters and insufficient prize money. He has his big money contract now and seeks to gain respect to go along with it.
Felix Trinidad is on a mission. The man from Coupé, Puerto Rico, says his matchup against Oscar De La Hoya is a chance to repay the Golden Boy for some unsavory comments he made regarding Trinidad's work.
que yo no valía 10 millones de dólares.
He said I wasn't worth $10
Creo que
million.
eso
I believe that's devaluating my worth, and it's insulting. How can he say I'm not worth $10 million? I'm worth that and more. That's why on September 18th, he'll pay dearly for all those comments he made about me. I'll gladly pay him back when we step into the ring.
Trinidad is well aware of what's at stake. He's not awed at the task that lies ahead for him, but rather quite confident in what the outcome will be.
I've had important fights before, but this fight is very important. And when it's all over, and they raise my hand as the winner champion of the IBF and the champion of the WBC, then the whole world will take notice and recognize that there's no doubt I am the best.
And Trinidad is just as candid when he speaks about De La Hoya's debut in the welterweight division, a victory against Pernell Whitaker.
I believe Whitaker won that fight, and a lot of people have said the same thing, that Oscar did not win that fight. However, the judges saw him as the winner. That's fine. It's been 2 years that he's been champion, but that will come to an end on September 18th.
However, he's a bit humble when it comes to discussing his skills in the ring. Then again, if you're undefeated in 35 fights and you have reigned as champion for more than 5 years, your actions speak louder than words.
Whenever my friends, my family go with me to the gym and they watch me train, they always have a new phrase for me. And this one is, and the new WBC and IBF champion. It means a lot to me that I will be the champion of the WBC. I have no doubt about being the champ and beating Oscar.
I'll keep searching for different ideas. I'll have much more inside the ring. The more, the better. I want to beat De La Hoya. I'm sure of that.
Really don't like to predict which round, but I believe some fans and several people have said that De La Hoya will go down in the 4th round.
But he can go down in any round. He knows a lot about boxing. I don't believe it will go more than 6 rounds. Maybe in the 8th. To be honest, I don't know if I have great boxing skills. I'll punch, fight offensively or defensively. Whatever it takes. My dad says to box him, and I'll go out there and box him. And if I have to go out there and fight him, then I'll go out there and fight him. And I swear to you,
Te digo, Oscar, que se tiene 18, voy a ganar.
I'm gonna win.
Y voy a ganar por nocaut.
I'm gonna beat you by knockout.
Let's do it. Let's do it. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for.
A year and a half ago, welterweight champion Felix Trinidad walked into Madison Square Garden to finally bring his career out of the shadows. Despite 14 previous title defenses, it wasn't until February 1999 that Trinidad was first face-to-face with a marquee opponent. That's when Felix took on Olympic gold medalist and longtime pound-for-pound king, Pernell Whitaker.
That was a difficult fight because of Pernell Whitaker's style. He does a lot of bending and moving around. That's one of his hallmarks.
Been having so much trouble with Whitaker, and yet he's maintained his poise.
I did learn some things to take things more calmly, not to get frustrated in the ring. I like to go for the knockout, but I can't win by decision. The most important thing is not to make any rash decisions.
And the Olympic gold medalist into the ring, Oscar De La Hoya. The long-anticipated super fight to superstardom was bigger than just unifying the welterweight division, and the pressure of this career-defining moment made Trinidad uneasy.
The most anticipated non-heavyweight showdown of this decade.
If you're nervous, it doesn't mean you're afraid. You're nervous because you don't want to disappoint the fans. You want to do well with all the attention you're getting.
The lessons of patience Trinidad had learned from the Whitaker bout backfired here, and Oscar took advantage.
Our class is hands in front. My fight against him was harder because he moves around a lot. I was chasing him, but it was difficult because my hand almost couldn't reach.
But then, De La Hoya sat on his lead, and Trinidad desperately played catch-up. Felix eked out an upset win, a disputed decision, while the lackluster fight frustrated all its massive expectations.
Some people have said that maybe it wasn't the fight of the millennium, because it wasn't a good fight, but I don't agree. Maybe Oscar thinks that, but I was there to fight.
With the victory, Tito was king of the welterweights and a bigger hero than ever in Puerto Rico. When terms for a rematch with De La Hoya collapsed, Trinidad targeted yet another American Olympic gold medalist.
Once he beat De La Hoya, we got the opportunity to go up in weight. The door was open. That was David Reed. A lot of people thought this fight would stop Tito.
Adjusting to an added 7 pounds, combined with another slow start to create a near disaster.
He was lucky. He hit me and I went down. People said I was a little slow in the early rounds. I didn't see it that way. I tried to keep my rhythm. He landed a good hit, but it cost him in the end.
For the second fight in a row, Trinidad needed a gutty second-half comeback to win. The new title further enhanced the Latino hero's delayed star status.
I've had 37 fights, undefeated, 30 knockouts. I've beaten 3 gold medalists. I have fought against 6 mandatory #1 challengers during my career. I've beaten them all. Tito can be the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya, David Reed, they were great boxers. Beating them makes me very proud, for myself and also for Puerto Rico. When my career is done, it will be there, recorded in history.
Tito Trinidad's road to glory opened up much later than he had planned. But by tarnishing 3 gold medalists in 13 months, he has carved out a spot on center stage and now looks to state his case as best pound for pound.
Felix Trinidad, a boxing superstar who uses every outing to make his case as the sport's best pound-for-pound boxer, taking on Fernando Vargas, an angry boxer, as we've said, who sees this as an opportunity to become a megastar. Felix Trinidad, Fernando Vargas, the 2 best junior middleweights in the world in a fight of the year showdown. The Puerto Rican champion is the veteran, unbeaten in 16 title appearances. Never faced a fighter with Trinidad punching power before. 2 years ago, Felix Trinidad rose to glory.
I'm the best junior middleweight in the world. Best pound for pound. I want the world to know that. I will prove that.
The Mexican-American's potential rocketed the night he became the youngest 154-pound champion. Vargas, at 21 years old, is the world champion. In his brief career, Fernando Vargas has emerged as one of the game's best new title holders. 17 knockouts in a row of ferocious Fernando Vargas. This spring, the young champion became a great champion against dangerous Ike Cortez. Fernando Vargas believes he has Cortez ready to go. Tonight, the stakes are higher as the rising star risks his own fame in this mega fight showdown.
I just don't want to wake up out of this dream. You know, I'm 22 years of age, and I'm pretty much on top of the world, and after this fight, I will be on top of it.
2 undefeated champions in the sport's most talented division take a step closer to be crowned one of the best in boxing.
Then you got to back it up, though. Big left hook by Trinidad, and Vargas is stunned. Vargas is stunned and down. And you know how stunned he is? Because he didn't take the full count. He got up too quickly. Six, the left hook. Trinidad can't go to the wheel. He's not playing around now. Second knockdown for Trinidad. He's the one who said it would be a quick, dominant knockout performance. This is not what any expert expected. Felix Tito Trinidad. Jim, there's no question. Out of the last 4 rounds, Tito Trinidad is released. Down goes Vargas on a big left hook. And up he gets in 2 seconds. And now it's abundantly clear. Fernando Vargas must score a knockout or he's He's lost this fight. Down goes Fernando again. He's seriously hurt. He doesn't have his wits about him. He is reacting simply from instinct and courage.
He's out of it. He can't see Trinidad.
He's about to get knocked out. Barring a miracle here, it's going to be a closing knockout for Tito. Fernando trying to survive. Fires a couple of punches. And holds on like a skilled veteran.
He's a veteran.
And that'll do it. The third right hand, the third knockdown of the round. A huge victory for Tito.
Historic accomplishment in boxing. How many people have done it?
Well, he's trying to join some of the greats of boxing. All of these fighters outstanding in their time. Mickey Walker in the 20s. Duran and Facilio briefly held on to the title.
This middleweight unification series looks to restore the division to its rightful place of glory in boxing. The Middleweight World Championship Series is proving itself to be a format that rekindles the spirit of champions. The winner of this tournament will bear the distinction of beating the best and being the best in the 160-pound division. The first bout of the series pitted Bernard Hopkins versus King Holmes. The executioner's relentless body attack to Holmes allowed him to outlast the WBC champion.
It's a Bernard Hopkins kind of a fight.
Now, with two titles in hand, Bernard Hopkins awaits the winner of tonight's clash. On deck, Felix Trinidad, with 39 wins, 32 by knockout, and no losses, is one of the best fighters of this generation. However, he is still unproven as a middleweight. What a champion for the talented Trinidad. His opponent, William Joffrey, with 32 wins of his own, including 24 knockouts. Two-time WBA title holder has the resolve to triumph and advance against his most dangerous opponent ever. After recovering from a near-fatal car accident in 1999, Joffrey resumed his career with the conviction to prove that he is the best 160-pounder in the world.
Middleweight, you would face Holmes, Joffrey, or Hopkins. You chose Joffrey. Why?
Bueno, pensamos que es el mejor campeón de los tres campeones, el boxeador que más activo ha estado y es un peleador también de Don King y creo que va a ser una gran oportunidad y le voy a ganar no en mediano.
Tito, it's the second time that you've moved up and away in 20 months. Obviously, as you move up, the opponents hit a little bit harder. You're all concerned about the power of Joffrey tonight.
Bueno, es posible que voy a pegar más fuerte, pero también yo voy a pegar más fuerte y ustedes verán hoy de qué soy capaz.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
The devil will be in the details of this fight. A terrific, perhaps telling first round.
Joffrey goes down on the barrage of the coach. 6, 7, 8. So just as he blew Vargas in the first round, so too in Trinidad blew Joffrey in round 1. And Joffrey ruffles his way to the bell. Joffrey still has his side down. Trinidad with 2 hard right hands now. Stopping Joffrey in his tracks. Big left hook. Second knockdown of the fight. Joffrey tremendously hurt by this fight. 6, 7, 8.
Joffrey went down to the body.
2, 3, 4. I don't think for change he's going to let William Joffrey continue. Felix Trinidad with a sensational knockout. A sensational performance by the greatest finisher in the sport.
Trinidad may be the deadliest puncher in these divisions since Ray Robinson.
The winner by way of technical knockout, and he is the new WBA middleweight champion of the world, El Gran Campeón Puertorriqueño, Felix Tito Trinidad.
So Trinidad's 40th victory, the 33rd by knockout.
incredible journey. He can be mentioned now right along with all of those previous middleweight greats. He's got to show me made a believer.
November 29, 2001. What was expected to be Felix Trinidad's coronation as undisputed king of the middleweight division evolved into an entirely different story with an unexpected ending.
Right hand by Hopkins. Biggest blow of the fight. I don't believe what I'm seeing. Hopkins imposing his will and his skill on the man who is tonight the lesser fighter.
Now just over 7 months removed from the most difficult night of his boxing career, Trinidad is ready to step back into the ring.
I want to show to the people that there is still a lot of Tito Trinidad that I have to offer to the public.
And just how will Tito return to his winning ways? Along with his father and trainer, Felix Trinidad Sr., he has resisted the notion of drastic change. Unlike other fighters who have faced similar circumstances in recent years.
I see no reason to change if I've had positive results in my training regimen in the past.
He's going to come in and do what he does, which is look to knock you out.
But the man who has guided Tito's career from the start admits some minor adjustments were necessary.
Now we have different sparring partners. These are boxers who are younger, a little bit lighter in weight, and more mobile. Movement was an important factor because against Hopkins, Tito was an easy target.
Trinidad Sr. made changes outside the ring as well, relocating training camp to the Petrin Soria Gymnasium.
So that when we're working, we're not distracted and we're all concentrated in what we're doing. In this location, I felt I had that facility.
This solitude has enabled his son to remain squarely focused on his opponent. A far cry from the scenario he faced leading up to the Hopkins fight. First, news surfaced that Trinidad had fathered a child outside his previously stable marriage. And then,
you have to remember that the week of the fight was the terrorist action at the World Trade Center.
the fight originally scheduled for September 15 was rescheduled for September 29. And just minutes before fight time, the New York State Athletic Commission ordered Trinidad to re-wrap his hands in compliance with commission rules.
I've always wrapped his hands the same way, and I think it affected his mindset for this fight. My father might be right, and he's concerned for what is best for me. However, I am a fighter who is focused on what I am doing.
The hand wrap incident still strikes a nerve with Trinidad Sr.
I will wrap the hands as always. There won't be any differences. That was a ridiculous act.
Despite Trinidad Sr.'s defiance, future opponents and other boxing commissions may one day put the Trinidads in a similar position. How they will respond is uncertain.
We would have to wait for that moment to come. I can't give you an answer.
Tonight, Felix Trinidad will begin to answer important questions about his future as he takes the first step toward erasing the memory of his only professional defeat.
It was not an easy thing to accept. Wow, I have a loss. But I am here trying to show who Tito Trinidad really is.
Here is the former WBC middleweight.
JFL, what it do? What up, JFL heads? Everybody hit the like button. JFL, man, I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, man, I'm just watching this Felix Trinidad, man, highlights. Xander, Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad, bro. Shout outs to JFL heads. If you available, pull up, man, holla at me, man. I know you big on Puerto Rican fighters such as Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? I got the next great Puerto Rican fighter right here. The next great Puerto Rican fighter. The next Felix Trinidad, Xander Zayas, man. I'm just sitting back watching these Felix Trinidad highlights, these Felix Trinidad videos, my brother. If you available, let me know. There go the link. Shout outs to JFL heads. Shout outs to Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad. Shout outs to Tito Trinidad, bro. All-time great. Big wins over Pernell Whitaker. Big wins over Hector Camacho. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya, he beat De La Hoya, the first man to beat the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. Felix Trinidad knocked out Fernando Vargas. He knocked out David Reed. You know what I mean? Trinidad, all-time great, knocked out William Joppy. You know what I mean? Let me know if you're ready to hop on, Jay. You know what I mean? JFL, El Jefe, pull up, El Jefe. Let's talk about Trinidad real quick. I could pause the video. You know what I mean? Pull up. Let me talk to y'all about Felix Trinidad, bro. I want to talk to JFL and El Jefe about Felix Trinidad, bro. Let's go, bro. Bro, nobody worried about them, bro. Let's talk about boxing. Let's talk about boxing, bro. We don't talk about other people, bro. I'm not here to, gossip about this person and that person. I'm here to talk about boxing. Yo, JFL, what up, though?
Yo, what up, H Money? What up to the chat, Smoke, and to the panel? You know what I mean? Good topic tonight. Tito Trinidad, one of a kind, man. One of a kind, man. A legend in my book. Tito, man. Tito Trinidad, bro. Man.
For sure, man. Talk to me about the legacy of Puerto Rican fighters. You know what I mean? Talk to me about just the Puerto Rican fighters in general. And what's your thoughts about the legacy of the Puerto Rican fighters?
They have tremendous heart. They have will. They have skills. And they definitely have the people behind them. And, they come to fight, man. Each one have their own unique style. You know what I'm saying? And that sets them apart from other Puerto Ricans, but not necessarily, because they all, they fight with their heart, man. And they come to fight. You put any Puerto Rican in the ring, man, they come to fight, man. And they all have skills. And their own unique skill set. You know what I mean?
For sure. So, tell me who are your favorite Puerto Rican fighters of all time? Your favorites to watch back in the day?
I mean, number one was Tito. You know what I mean? Because Tito, bro, he had his earlier career. It's kind of funny, though, because, like, you think of Trinidad, right? You would think his career was short. You know what I'm saying? But his resume shows something else. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's crazy. I always pondered, like, damn, was his career was short, or was it like, or was he actually done? You know what I'm saying? Because he had like 40-something fights in, and he had like tough fights in the beginning of his career. Took out Whitaker, Oscar, you know what I'm saying? And fights in between, man, it wasn't no walk in the park for Trinidad, you know what I'm saying? So Trinidad, man, he a crafty, savvy fighter, got punching power, got stamina, not the best footwork, but he takes the best punches and give it right back, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though he could have been truly undefeated with no losses if he would never like versus the fights that he actually fought, like Bernard Hopkins and who he lost to, Jones, I believe, and
yeah,
somebody
Roy
else.
Jones. That's like
So
his career.
If you think about it, yeah, like I mean, I appreciate him taking on those challenges. You know what I'm saying? At that time,
the best, though.
Yeah, I mean, like that's heart and will, and he want all smoke. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I can't say avoid them because that's not what it's about, and I can't duck smoke. You know what I'm saying? I just wish he had rematches towards the end of his career. Like, you know what I mean? He could have ran it back with at least Roy Jones, at least. You know what I'm saying? Or Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple rematches that I feel as though he should have deserved. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, we on a box rec real quick. I want to look at his resume. He became champion. First shot at a world title was against Maurice Blocker. He beat Maurice Blocker for the IBF championship of the world. Then from this Maurice Blocker fight, moves up. No, he stayed in the same way. He fought Maurice Blocker. Then he beat Hector Macho Camacho. He beat Hector Camacho, who's another Puerto Rican fighter. And rest in peace to Hector Camacho. He beat Hector Camacho. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, my bad. I ain't cut you off. You go ahead. You're breaking it down right now.
Yeah, he beat Hector Camacho, but it sounded like you had something to say about that fight. Go ahead.
I mean, that fight was a crazy fight. But Tito was just that bull, man. He was younger. He was hungrier. Like, he wanted all belts, man. He wanted all smoke, man. I love Tito, man. Like, I just love his approach to boxing, man. I just feel. Do you think his career ended short, man, or you think he could have had like a couple run backs, bro? Like, it's only 2008, right? Like, I feel as though he could have lasted like 2015 or something, like a longer career, you know what I mean? Like 50 and 3 or something, like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
just me
he retired
personally, you know
kind
what
of
I
early.
mean?
See,
You think so?
yeah, he did because, but the thing when you think about it, once we get finished breaking down the resume, you're gonna see that he accomplished a lot, and he did it very fast. Though, like
Right.
he did it very fast. He beat a lot of undefeated fighters. He beat 3 Olympic gold medalists: Oscar De La Hoya, Pernell Whitaker, and David Reed. David Reed, who's from Philly, from your hometown, who was undefeated Olympic gold medalist, and Felix Trinidad knocked out David Reed. You know what I mean? So he took a lot of fighters' O's, a lot of, undefeated fighters. So we start off Maurice Blocker. He beat Maurice Blocker when he first became a world champion. Then he beat Hall of Famer Hector Macho Camacho. Then he beat undefeated Yori Boy Campos, bro, 56-0. Yori Boy Campos, a legend from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Knocked out Yori Boy Campos. You know what I mean? From Yori Boy Campos beats an undefeated Obakar. Obakar from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Out the Crunk Gym.
Ace Money. Look at his opponents, bro. Look at their wins too, man. Like he came out the gate. He came out the gate. Like, yo, I want all smoke with people who had less losses, man, and took on good names. Not just the names that's already known, like that's more highlighted, but there's some other fights in between those fights that there was some names. You know what I'm saying? And big fights. And he got knockout power, bro. Like Tito was that boy. I feel as though he shouldn't have had no losses, bro. He could retire like with no losses for real if he would just, I don't know, man. Like
he moved up in weight. So you gotta see, like, the dude was moving up in weight and fighting the best fighters. He was moving up in weight classes, taking no tune-ups. He moved up in weight and fought champions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna get into it. Look, he beat an undefeated Obakar, who was 32-0. Beat Obakar, right? You know what I mean? Then from Obakar, what'd he do? Who he fight after that?
It's money. Compare his box rec, right? Compared to certain other champions, right? Like he versed somebody that was like 40-1, 30-1, 42-2. You know what I'm saying? You compare certain other champions, bro. They start off with other opponents that's record have 0-18, 2-24. You know what I mean? It was the opposite with Tito, bro. Like he made statements, bro. That he want all smoke with all challenges, man.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. Look, so he beat Obakar. Then what'd he do? After he fought Obakar, he went and fought Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker, all-time great, one of the greatest fighters of all time. And when he fought Pernell Whitaker, he beat Pernell Whitaker up, bro. He dropped Pernell Whitaker. He dropped him. You know what I mean? And he dominated the fight. And when Oscar De La Hoya fought against Pernell Whitaker, everybody felt like Pernell Whitaker won that fight, and Pernell Whitaker got robbed against Oscar De La Hoya. So when Felix Trinidad fought against Pernell Whitaker, he dominated Pernell Whitaker and he dropped him. So after he fought Pernell Whitaker, he fought Oscar De La Hoya, another undefeated fighter, Olympic gold medalist, undefeated Oscar De La Hoya in his prime.
Can't skip over Hugo, man. One
Hugo,
before that.
I don't know. Let me see. I really don't know who Hugo is, but all right, speak on it. Go ahead. Talk to me.
I'm saying Hugo, that's one that he wasn't a walk in the park, bro. Like certain names that don't get highlight. Like we know Tito for Oscars, for the Bernard Hopkins, for, you know what I'm saying, certain names like that. But it's fights in between that was hard fights, real good competition. You know what I'm saying? And they don't give enough credit. Like, you know, same thing with Meldrick Taylor, same thing with what's the guy we did yesterday? That was champion moving.
Charles Conwell, Meldrick Taylor, Terry Norris.
Terry Norris. You know what I'm saying? Like certain fights like that, like you see how they get under the radar. They don't get mentioned as much as the Roy Jones, the Hopkins, and stuff like that. But it's fighters like that and opponents like that on Tito resume, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like before he got to Oscar, look, Oscar what? 30 what? 31 and what? Oh, before that he had somebody with 36-1, bro. Like, come on.
Facts. So he beat Oscar De La Hoya undefeated Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, who's considered to be the best fighter in the world at the time, he beat Oscar De La Hoya, right? He beat the Golden Boy. You know what I mean? Then from there, he moves up to 154. Look, then he moved up from 147, as you can see right here, what's highlighted on the screen. From 147, he moves up to 154. And what he does, he fights the world champion, David Reed, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? So he's beating undefeated De La Hoya. Then he goes to another undefeated champion in a different weight class, moves up in weight and fights a champion. Go ahead.
I'm so no, you continue. I was just saying, I'm just surprised that Tito and Oscar wasn't a Tito Oscar type of trilogy, bro. Like they could have ran that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he moved up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it supposed to be some more trilogies and rematches on his resume, though, man. Before he moved up. You got to
think about it. He ducked the rematch. De La Hoya was ducking Felix Trinidad in that rematch, bro, because he was scared he was going to get knocked out. Yeah, I mean, he was scared that Trinidad would have knocked him out.
How many rematches? How many rematches Oscar De La Hoya had on certain opponents? You know what I'm saying?
He had it with certain opponents.
Right. Well,
it wasn't like rematches, but he had some rematches, I believe.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like Oscar, we know Oscar resume is already stacked. We know if you beat Oscar, you become that boy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as though, like Oscar had a rematch and he lost twice with those rematches. That's why I feel as though he could have ran that back with Tito. You know what I mean? Just because that's Oscar. You know what I'm saying? But at this particular time, you know, when it's dealing with Oscar, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and that situation, I mean, that could have been a run back fight, bro. That could have been like a trilogy or something, bro.
Yeah, De La Hoya didn't want it though. I'm telling you, De La Hoya, he didn't want that rematch with Trinidad, bro. Trinidad was too dangerous. Trinidad was trying to knock him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was an epic fight though. Definitely was. But I feel as though it should have still been a rematch. At least even if Tito won 2 or 3 times, it should have had back.
Shout outs to Omar in the chat. What up? Oh, I see you. Oh, chat smoke. Omar, Mind Taker. What up? What it do, bro? Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad. We breaking down Felix Trinidad's resume right now, bro.
At that point, this was the turning point for Tito. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got wins after that, it still was the turning point. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
See, look. So Felix Trinidad beat Oscar De La Hoya. Then he moved up to 154. He didn't take a tune-up, JFL. He went straight to 154. And what did he do? He fought a world champion, an Olympic gold medalist, undefeated David Reed. In his first fight at 154, he fights for the world title. And what does he do? He knocked out David Reed, bro. Knocked him out. So then what did he do? After David Reed, Fernando Vargas, undefeated Fernando Vargas. Fought Vargas, who was undefeated, unification bout at 154. And what happened? He knocked out Fernando Vargas, bro. Felix
Vargas fight. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Oh, you good. Go ahead. Talk to me.
That Vargas fight, bro. That was a major fight. that was heart and will, punching power. I'm saying, you go back and watch that fight, I believe, they knocked each other down in that fight, right?
Yes, yep, that's true. And David Reed. In that David Reed fight, too, David Reed knocked down Trinidad. Trinidad got back up and knocked him out.
Man, that's Tito, bro.
Facts. The heart, bro. The heart and the courage. Look, so he fought undefeated David Reed, knocked him out. Fought an undefeated Oscar De La Hoya, beat him. You know what I'm saying? Felix Trinidad knocked out an undefeated Fernando Vargas, knocked out undefeated Obakar, knocked out undefeated Yori Boy Campos. He's beating undefeated fighter after undefeated fighter, bro. And champion after champion. So he beat Fernando Vargas, knocked out Vargas, right? You know what I mean? Including the wins over Pernell Whitaker, Hector Camacho, you know what I'm saying? Maurice Blocker. Look at all these names on the resume. Gold medalists, undefeated fighters. Then from Fernando Vargas, he beat Vargas, right? Then he moves up to 160. From 150, only 3 fights at 154. Then he's like, man, this weight class is too easy. Moves up to 160 pounds, fights William Joppy, WBA middleweight champion of the world, William Joppy, for a world title. First fight at 160. His first fight at 160 pounds, what does he do? He fights another world champion. His debut at middleweight, he goes directly to fight a champion. No tune-ups, going straight for the best. William Joppy. He fights William Joppy for the middleweight world title. What does he do? Knocked out William Joppy. You know what I'm saying? Round number 5. Finished off William Joppy. And William Joppy was 32 wins, 1 loss. 1 loss to Julio Cesar Green, which was a robbery. William Joppy, he had 1 loss, which was a robbery. You know what I'm saying? For sure, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. So he making it look easy. Fighting champion after champion. Moving up in different weight classes and fighting the best. So, you know what I mean? Then from William Joppy goes to fight Bernard Hopkins. Arguably one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. Felix Trinidad goes to fight Hopkins. He didn't have to fight Hopkins. He could have ducked the Hopkins. He could have ducked it. But Felix didn't duck any smoke. He fought Hopkins, and that's the first loss in his career. No shame in losing to Bernard Hopkins. And we all know Bernard Hopkins, you know, a lot of people call Bernard Hopkins a dirty fighter. Bernard Hopkins used to use his head. Hopkins used to go low, hit you with low blows, hit you on the hip, used to give you hip shots. And Bernard Hopkins is my favorite fighter of all time. But I'm just saying.
Age Money.
Go ahead.
Look at the date on that, bro.
You see, 2001. Yup.
In between fights, bro. Same. Oh man.
Yeah, it is. So he fought. Yeah, he fought in the like 4 months after.
Bro.
That was 4 months after he fought. He fought Bernard Hopkins right after he fought William Joppy in 4 months.
That's not asking for smoke. I don't know what it is, bro.
But look, JFL, I'm saying he could have ducked Bernard. He could have avoided him. A lot of people ducked Bernard. Roy Jones Jr. was ducking Bernard Hopkins for years, bro.
You know what's crazy?
He was ducking the rematch with Bernard, bro.
Just the crazy part, though, like he lost to Hopkins and Jones. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And like, Winky. He lost to Winky Wright, too.
And bro, I mean, bro, like that's 4 months in between that fight, bro. I can't say duck Hopkins. I would have said like have another fight, you know what I'm saying, to get prepared for Hopkins. Because I think that was a rushed into fight. And he just wanted to take on Bernard Hopkins. And then, you know, the surroundings with that really forced that fight. You know what I'm saying? So he could have slowed down, bro.
There was no slowing down for him, though. He was moving up weight class to weight class and fighting champions. He wasn't. That's the thing. Like he could have slowed down and ducked people. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. He could have fought, you know, somebody that's like, you know, and remind you to get prepared for a Hopkins, bro. Like this is what they was telling him, like, bro, this is Hopkins, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, he could have had another fight prior to that, but as the resume shows, he won free smoke consistently. You know what I'm saying? He wanted the best.
Exactly. He wanted the best. And he took losses. Felix Trinidad on his resume, only 3 losses. You know what I mean? Lost to Bernard Hopkins. You know what I mean? He retired. He lost to Bernard Hopkins. Then he took a break from boxing for a year. He came back and fought Sharifi, took a tune-up, knocked out Sharifi. Then he retired from boxing for 2 more years, came back, knocked out Ricardo Mayorga. You know what I mean? Knocked out another Hall of Famer, Ricardo Mayorga. You know what I mean? Then he retired for another year. You know what I mean? After that, fought Winky Wright. Took a loss to Winky Wright. You know what I mean? Then he retired for 3 more years, came back and fought Roy Jones and lost to Roy Jones. But as you can see, Felix Trinidad only got 3 losses, and all to Hall of Famers, to all-time greats. Winky Wright, Bernard Hopkins, and Roy Jones Jr., bro. Ain't no shame in losing to the greats, bro.
Right. But ain't no shame in that. He wanted smoke. That's why he's a legend. He took on all challenges, all had credible resumes, opponents. Took belts from champs, you know what I'm saying? Proved people wrong. You know, towards the end of his career, I feel as though, you know, he just got the best of, because that's what happened, man.
For sure. So now I want to go to the tail of the tape for you right quick, and I want to show you who I said, you know what I'm saying, who, not just me, but A lot of people are talking about it. They saying that this kid, Xander Zayas, is the next Felix Trinidad. So if you, as you can see, Felix Trinidad is height 5'11", reach 72-inch and a
Hey,
half
hey,
inch reach advantage. You know what I'm saying? 72.5-inch reach. And he's 5'11". So now we're gonna compare him to Xander Zayas, who's considered to be the
hey,
next Felix Trinidad.
hey,
Go ahead.
Age Money. When I first saw this fighter here that you about to bring up, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had got goosebumps, bro. Like I felt the Trinidad energy, vibe, the way he fights in the ring, the way he jumps on the ropes after he knocks somebody out. Like
Yeah,
it just
you're
felt
right.
like
Go ahead, go ahead, go
the
ahead.
way he turned like his movements. It's like mirroring Tito Trinidad, bro, and it's so eerie, but it's so exciting, and it just give me goosebumps, man. Like this is another great comparisons by H Money, and the fact that he is Puerto Rico himself, man, you would think this is his son, man. I'm just saying.
For sure, bro. Like, yeah, his movements. You right, his movements and the way he throws his
Smiles,
punches,
the talk, yeah, man.
and even his charisma, like you said, the way he jumped on the ropes after he won. You know what I mean? He did. That is similar to Felix, bro. You right about that. And he's only 17 years old, my brother. He's only 17 years old, JFL. And the thing about this kid, he is the youngest fighter that ever signed to Top Rank. Signed to Top Rank at only 16 years old. The youngest fighter to ever sign, and a 13-time national champion in Puerto Rico. Very decorated amateur background. Currently 4 wins, 3 knockouts. He's 5'10". Felix Trinidad was
Oh,
Go
are we
ahead.
sure? Are we sure this is a Tito Trinidad Jr., bro? Like, come on, man. Like, bruh, it's like, man, I'm talking about the charisma, the body language, bro. Like the same type of complexion and everything, bro. Like even the eyes, bro. Like the feature, like this Tito, bro. Like Tito Jr. Just how Ryan is to Oscar, Zion is like Tito. It's
Facts,
crazy.
bro. A lot of skills too. You know what I mean? He got a lot of skills. Like at the welterweight division, the future of the welterweight divisions, you got Virgil Ortiz, who's 21 years old, Jerron Ennis, 22 years old, and Xander Zayas, who's only 17. He's much younger than all of those guys. Jerron Ennis is 22, Virgil Ortiz is 21, Xander Zayas is only 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I think in the future, bro, they will be the best at 147 pounds. They are the future, the big three. The big three in the future of the welterweight division. Jerron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, and Xander Zayas. You got Jerron Ennis from America. Virgil Ortiz, who's Mexican. Xander Zayas, Puerto Rican, bro. The boxing is in great hands, man. You know what I mean? Boxing is in great hands. And so you seen the fight that I played of Xander Zayas? So you watched it.
I had seen certain fights like highlights, and I believe you probably sent it to me, or I'll probably watch it on my own time. But
I'll play it
yeah,
right now. We can
when I
watch it
first
right now. So this is one of his
okay,
fights. Let's watch it, man. Shout out to JFL heads. I want you to break it down. You know what I mean? I'm right here with you, but I want you to tell me what you see from this kid. There we go, right there, Xander Zayas. You know what I mean? This, I believe, one of his last fights. I'm not sure if this was his last fight. It was one of his last fights, man. In Puerto Rico, this was, I believe, in Puerto Rico. And the kid loves to fight. He's been staying active. He fights for Top Rank, ESPN. I expect for him to be back in the ring very soon, man. I mean, them Puerto Rican women is fine, bro. They're go. I guess that was in Puerto Rico. Look like some Puerto Rican ring girls right there. You know what I mean? They look good, bro.
shout out to the ring girls.
For sure. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout outs to JFL heads, man. We watching the next Felix Trinidad right here. Xander Zayas, man. Exclusive footage. This against Marklin Bailey. You know what I mean? Only 17. Check him out. He got that charisma.
Bro,
Yeah.
look how you, bro, come on, bro. This is all Tito right now, bro. Like, he always hype in the corner. They got that the energy. You know, Tito, he never once he in the corner ready to come out, he always like, you know, energetic, charisma before the fight, in the fight, and after the fight, man. Even more explosive after the fight. Bruh. This is Tito Jr., man.
Facts. Let's get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is Xander Zayas for everybody in the chat. The next Felix Trinidad.
Yo, you see him, bro? You like, yo, this, like,
I want you to do the commentary on this fight. I want you to break down what you see for the fans and the, you know what I mean? I want to hear your point of view. So I'm going to be listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm right here, though. Go ahead. 5'10", as you can see, with a 70-inch reach. On the tail of the tape, Tito Trinidad 72.5-inch reach. Xander Zayas with a 70-inch reach. Felix Trinidad 5'11", Xander Zayas 5'10". Trinidad a little bit longer, you know what I mean, a little just a 1 inch taller, you know what I mean, round number one, JFL heads, you know what I mean, breaking down the film, bro. It's film study of Xander Zayas. Go ahead, Jay, I'm right here. Break it down. Round number one.
Well, Tito Jr. is coming out exactly how Tito Sr. is coming out. Very explosive, ready to fill his opponent out, coming with the energy, staying on his toes. You see how he on his toes, he sit down on his punches, just like a Tito Trinidad, and he jab with you. Man, it's like Tito Trinidad, bro. So you see, oh yeah, that's another Tito type of move. You cannot really hold Tito in fights, because he toe to toe with you, and he walks you down. Exactly what he's doing right now, filling his opponent out. Like he's filling you out, and he's he learning his opponents very well, and on the fly, on the foot. Gotta be quick on your feet. So he's studying you while he's walking you down. Come on, man. This is Tito, bro. Like, this is exactly how Tito fights in his fights, man. He cut off the ring. He walks you down. He wanted a face-to-face combat. He wanted to be a puncher type of fight. You throw, he throw. You know what I mean? I see some good head movement from Tito Jr. Look, I'm back in the same corner. See, like, you're gonna circle that ring a few more times, you know what I'm saying? And he's still gonna have you right there, toe to toe.
Hey, see, look, JFL, keep in mind that he's only 17 years old. To be only 17, bro. So imagine once he get 23 years old, 24, 25 years old. Imagine how his body going to develop. His body is going to mature. His body is going to put on his man strength. So, you know what I'm saying? For this kid to be this strong and this physical.
Look, he walking him down. You in the corner, bro, like every time. Like, you're back against the ropes against Tito Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead, continue, bro. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's 17 years old, and look at his body. Like, the dude is already strong. You know what I mean? Imagine once he put his man strength on. Imagine once his body matures, bro. How he gonna look? He only 17, bro. That's all I had to say. Keep going. Keep cooking.
So as you can tell, I believe his opponent it might be gas and kind of winded, but guess what? His opponent didn't even land anything significant in this round, and he's already looked defeated. You know what I mean? Combinations. Look at that, man. See, Tito, he goes to the. Everybody know Tito. He goes to the body. He goes to the head. But uh, Tito Junior here, he attacking every part of the body, man. And he coming forward with strength in both hands, just like Tito.
Yo, JFL, he's a beast, dog. The kid is a beast, bro. He gonna be a problem for anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Coming up.
Every single round in the corner he coming out, he's on his toes. Like he not standing still. He got a high level of intensity to him. Like he just got this Tito energy, bro. Like he just it just mirrors Tito. Look, he backs up and it comes straight at you. Go back 2 feet, come back and go 3 feet forward, like and walk you down. Like that's Tito move, man. That's Tito all day. Now he should be binging Tito's tapes, man. I'm pretty sure he knows about Tito, and that might be one of his idols. If you ever interview him, I would like to know his thoughts on Tito. And I'm pretty sure. When it comes to the footwork, similar to Tito, damn near identical to a Tito. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just keep saying that Tito never really had footwork, but guess what? Tito does have footwork, and his style was unique. But he throw them hands with both punches and he can knock you out with either hand. And the energy and the walking down technique, throwing in combinations, and man, this Tito all day, like. And look at the head movement. Look at the defense, bruh.
Facts.
What's his alias? I want to know his alias, bruh.
Xander Zayas. I gotta check. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not sure if he got a nickname yet. Baby man, Tito. They need to call him Baby Tito.
Yeah. They gotta put that in there, bro. They gotta like.
Look at that combo. Look at that combo. And I like the way he throws his jab, bro. And he's very accurate with his punches, bro. Very aggressive as well. You know what I mean? Going for the knockout. And look, he's mean on the inside, JFL.
Yeah, he like get off me.
Yeah, dude try to hold him in with the forearm, like, bro, that Mayweather forearm. You feel me?
He like, bro, like we came to fight, not hug, bro.
I like that. And look, dude got cut. Nasty cut over his eye.
Man, this looking like a Tito fight, don't it?
Beast,
I'm pretty sure Tito Trinidad cut somebody before too.
Beast, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, only 17 years old, a 13-time national champion in Puerto Rico, the next Puerto Rican superstar, bro. You got great fighters in the history of Puerto Rico. Wilfredo Gomez. You know what I'm saying? You had fighters like Hector Camacho, Oscar Torres, Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, Danny Garcias. Now you got the new wave. You got the new era of Puerto Rican fighters. Edgar Berlanga out of New York City, out of Brooklyn. Edgar Berlanga at 168 pounds. And now you got Xander Zayas, Baby Tito, Baby Trinidad. You know what I mean? Look at that right hand. Oh, man. And he got that high guard defense like Trinidad in that high guard, letting his hands go, bro. I just like his technique, bro. Dude got hella technique for sure.
Yeah, that's what Tito Trinidad had too. Technique on the defense. I mean, even though Tito Trinidad was a kung fu fighter with both hands, he moved his head just enough. He stepped back a few feet, but come forward and make up for that distance. Low key, Trinidad had some head movement, man. He got away from a lot of shots, especially from Vargas. And Vargas, you know, he was more swift, like in a sense of his head movement. You know what I'm saying? He had some good agility to get away from Tito punches. And you know Tito, he swing for the fences, man. He gonna land something. So uh yeah, Vargas defense was underrated, but also Tito Trinidad defense was underrated. Now this guy Zion, the baby Tito, he definitely got that defense.
That's facts. That's big facts right there, bro. You know what I mean? Got him on the ropes. Very accurate. Very busy too. Look how physical he is. He don't let nobody hold him. I love that, bro. Like, get up off me. You know what I mean? That
Accurate,
means he's mean,
accurate.
bro. He's mean.
I like that word accurate because that's definitely was Tito. He was accurate.
Yeah, precision. They call that precision, accuracy, bro. You know what I mean? Very sharp with his punches. The kid love to fight too. He's always in the
No,
gym.
I don't think it's going on the next round. Like I think it's over. Like when this round stop, like he done, bro. It's over. Like they should have called it by now. I think this it. I think this the last round, maybe. I mean, hey, what round is this? 3, bruh.
Let's go. Shots to JFL, man. You know what I mean?
Not one time his opponent tried to back him up, cause you can't. You can't back up this baby Tito, bro. Like you gonna have to be, bruh. You gonna have to be that tough of a fighter to really back up this baby Tito right here. And you can't hold him, so you can't back him up. You're not gonna let you hold him, bro. He came to exchange just like Tito.
Facts. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Big right hand upstairs. Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas, bro. You know what I mean? The next Felix Trinidad. Look, bro, he all over his opponent, bro. That kid gonna be the truth, bro. At 17, he coming like that. Stop the fight. It's over. It's over. Look at him, bro. Telling you, dog.
Hey, run that back.
Yo, this kid, look, he hopped on the rope just like Trinidad, like you said.
He got him out of here in the Tito fashion and got on the ropes in the Tito fashion. And he ain't won no more. The ref stopped the fight. You know how many fights Tito had like that?
Facts.
To top competition, who I'm saying, not just Oscar, but no, those fights. I'm talking about fights that rarely get mentioned. Like I mean, the Vargas fight, you know, it was a knockdown, but and he got him out of here. But this is a Tito, early Tito fights, just like this, man. Yeah. Man. See now this is the difference. Like when it comes to Ryan Garcia and Oscar, I need to see Ryan getting his Oscar bag, like how Oscar get. You know what I'm saying? Then I could really certify like you might, you know, resemble Oscar. You might got a left hook, you know what I'm saying? But Oscar came with both hands, coming to fight to walk you down. He shows you has a chin. You know what I'm saying? So I need to see that from Ryan. You know what I mean? To really be on that Oscar level. You know what I'm saying? And this baby Tito is showing you, reflecting a Tito Trinidad to the T. And that's with a capital T. There's nothing missing, H Money. There's nothing missing. Everything's there. That's baby Trinidad.
Facts, JFL. Big facts, dog. That's big facts, man. The kid is a problem, bro. That kid is a problem for anybody, bro. You know what I mean? Big right hand upstairs. Look at combinations, bro. He throwing different type of punches. He'll throw a left hook to the body, right hand upstairs, hit you with an uppercut. You know what I'm saying? They throw a jab. He throwing all type of punches, dog. I just like his aggressiveness, bro. I like his skill set, and he's only 17 years old, which means he's only gonna get better and better, man. The kid ain't. He's not even 18, bro.
I would like to see Tito, baby Tito, do more uppercuts, right? Because Tito was just like this. He swing with both hands. He goes to the body. He attack everywhere. But you also notice that Tito sometimes forget about the uppercut. Now he's younger. He could learn more, add more skills to his skill set, which is the uppercut, which is more important than that's to the jab. You know what I'm saying? Tito Trinidad, he tee off on you just like that. And sometimes he do uppercuts here and there, but he won't be consistent with it. Hopefully this baby Tito can definitely apply that to his game. More uppercuts in his fights. And he really get people out of here. Now you show why once we highlight a Tito Trinidad, I want to point out how many times he does an uppercut. He rarely do it. Once in a while, once in the blue. You know what I'm saying? He can get you out of here. You know what I mean? But I think Zion, apply more uppercuts in your game, bro. And with that combinations. Go to the body, to the head. Don't go to the body. Go straight for the uppercut, then the body. You know what I'm saying? You think he vicious now. You think he Tito now. Man.
Facts, Jay. So what I'm gonna do now is go watch some Felix Trinidad highlights. You know what I mean? Let's go watch some Felix Trinidad highlights. You can tell you know what I'm saying? You can tell us how they resemble each other. You know what I mean? Or do you see any differences as well? But let's go check out all-time great. All-time great. I think Felix Trinidad, one of the greatest welterweights of all time. And keep in mind, JFL, he did retire undefeated at welterweight. He never lost a fight at welterweight. And here go the Felix Trinidad highlights. Break it down for the fans, Jay.
Now you notice Tito is toe-to-toe. Look, both hands, power in both hands. Walk you down with the energy. Goes to the body, to the head, body to the head, body to the head. Laying them out, just like that. Ref comes in there, stops the fight. Just like baby Trinidad. Same energy. Got him out of here, see? Now what you notice, once in a while he do the uppercut. But mainly what he mainly do, body, head, body, head, body. Like Tito is a problem, bro. And that was missing in some of his fights was the uppercut. Look at that, body, head. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when you throw an uppercut.
That's against Camacho right there. Break it down. That's against Camacho, bro.
I know. I was gonna ask you. Let me know when he does an uppercut.
Who, Felix?
Yeah, let me know when.
I got you. All right. Me and JFL heads, we turning up together. So, all right. That's against Yori Boy Campos. Undefeated Yori Boy Campos at a time. Damn, bro. Right hand leads, left hooks, left hook upper. He just threw a left uppercut too. He turned the hook into an uppercut. Dang, he was, bro. Felix is a beast, dog. Come on, bro. Felix on another level, bro. I'm for real. Left hook. Oh my God. Right hand lead. Oh man. Come on, Jay.
And the ref stopped the fight.
That's Obakar right there. Undefeated Obakar.
Look at that. Toe to toe. Either he's standing in the middle of the ring where he wants you at, or he's gonna walk you down. Head movements. Look at his head movement. You know what I'm saying? Tito had swift head movement. Just to get enough to get away and land you a hit shot. There you go. Another ref stopped the fight. Just how Zan baby Tito demonstrated his fight. Same energy, same output, same hook, same body shot. It's like what like wobbly legs on his ball. Look at that. The whole time he could have been giving uppercuts right there where he was bent over, but guess what he did? He went straight to the hooks. There you go, uppercut. Now was that uppercut right there? Bang, uppercut. Got him. Got him. And he do that once in a while. Once you get you like hurt and get you out of here, then that's when he apply the uppercut. But that's once in the blue though, which is crazy. And he can still get you out of here with both hands. See, I think that's what baby Tito need to apply more in his fights, because I believe he would apply that more often. Like how what's that fighter name? H Money that was fought yesterday that won the champion that won his belt?
Joshua Franco.
Yeah, now he's an uppercut type bull. Is he not? He he threw uppercuts all in that fight.
Facts, bro.
The uppercuts is really need to be highlighted more consistently. You know what I mean? You can hit hunting all day.
Man, Felix right hand leads, right hand uppercut right there. Hit him with a right uppercut.
Yup.
Knocked him out with it.
Yup. Got him.
Man, Trinidad at 147, bro, was undefeated and big wins over Hector Camacho, of Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya, Obakar. Look at him right hand. Look at him hop on the ropes. Man, Trinidad, bro. I miss watching Trinidad, bro. Man, I miss watching Trinidad, bro. He was on another level, bro. And man, he used to bring the excitement.
I was struggling with his not so active fight after,
Hopkins.
he was not Tito, like when it was over for him, pretty much over for him. I mean, I felt he had more years in him because I felt like he was still young, you know what I'm saying, to still be in the ring. But he retired, and but after a loss, that never sat well with me, you know what I'm saying, retiring after a loss. Like, I thought he would come back in the ring, get a win that he known to get, you know what I'm saying, then retire, you know what I'm saying? But retiring after a loss, I can never sit with that. Even though he lost to one of the greats.
No, remember he came back and beat Ricardo Mayorga. He came back, he beat Mayorga. He came back, he fought Roy Jones, and he fought Winky Wright.
Yeah, I think Roy Jones was his last fight though.
Yeah, Roy Jones was his last fight. Facts.
And that never sat well with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was expecting him to come back. I was actually waiting on him. I'm like, when his next fight? When his next fight? After the Roy Jones situation, I'm like, when his next fight? I was saying that joint for years. I'm like, damn, he really not coming back. And I had to really like sit on that. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thought that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you miss his energy in his fights. I mean, we thought he was gonna revenge some of his losses.
Look,
you know what I mean?
De La Hoya. He had De La Hoya running, bro. De La Hoya was running that whole fight, bro. De La Hoya got beat because he ran. He was scared to go toe to toe with Felix. He was scared to exchange punches.
The main thing with Oscar was Oscar was actually trading too. I'm not going because Oscar did came to fight. It just Tito was more. It was more like Alexander versus Khan. Now Khan, you know what I'm saying, he's the first one that lands and finish the rounds. You know what I'm saying, so it was kind of remind me of that type of fight where Khan outclassed Alexander. So Tito was outclassing Oscar, but Oscar wasn't trying to get dropped, especially in that fight, especially in that time, especially what was on the line in that fight. So they both went out in that fashion, like still standing.
Facts. Hell yeah, man. That's against Vargas right there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Left hook from hell, bro. And he jumped on Earl Smith. Trinidad used to be showboating.
Hey. Yeah, go ahead, my bad. He went to the rope like the fight was already over. You seen that fight, bro? He went to the ring.
I watched it live. I remember watching it live.
Yeah, well, he went on the ropes and he was like, it's already over. But then, Vargas, he showed will, and he got back up, and then that's what made it more the fight even a more epic fight because Vargas got up, Tito got up. You know what I'm saying? But Tito swore he got him out of here though.
Look, he was talking trash to Vargas at the face-off. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that left hook from hell. I remember that. Cracked him with that left hook, bro. Vargas put his hand up towards his head and stuff. He was crushing Vargas. Vargas came back, dropped him a couple times, but Trinidad was just too much of a beast for him, bro. Trinidad was too much of a beast.
Look at the head movement Vargas was doing though. Like normally Tito land all his punches like that, but Vargas had a low key great defense. He was getting away from certain punches, bro, but he got caught though. You know what I'm saying? But like as Tito do, he keeps coming. Like he keep going. Like I'm missing all these big shots, but eventually I'm gonna land something. You ain't gonna duck them all.
Yo, JFL, I want you to if you get an opportunity, I want you to hey, you see Zab Judah in the crowd. Look at Zab. That was Zab Judah in the crowd. Look. Zab Judah, because you know Zab Judah was homies with the Fernando Vargas. Zab Judah and Fernando Vargas, they was on the same Olympic team. So it was like best friends. And Trinidad was whooping them. And Zab Judah right here. See where I put the arrow? Look at Zab getting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember they used to always hang out with each other.
This was the epic fight, man. Like this is like the low key best fight ever. Like
yo, Trinidad was in a lot of fights like that, dog. So many fights Trinidad was in was like low key best fights of all time, bro. There was plenty of fights like that where he was, you know what I'm saying, in wars, fights that we all remember, and fights that we all love, bro. Make sure you hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Felix Trinidad, all-time great. I got him as my second greatest welterweight of all time, bro.
Hey, but guess what though? This fight here, I ain't gonna lie though. This look at he's already done. Boom, got him out of here again. But the thing is, he earned those knockdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like Vargas was a tough opponent, man. He was not giving up, and he's got away from a lot of punches. But Tito, he pick up steam even more. You know what I'm saying? Like from 1 to 100, bro. Like he go all out. You know what I'm saying? Until he catch you. So Vargas was
Felix, bro. At 147, undefeated, bro. Undefeated at welterweight. He's an all-time great.
Look. Just like the baby Cheeto. See, like get off me, bro. He holding him up. You run that back, bro.
Oh yeah, he was holding on for dear life right there.
He's like, nah, bro, you're not gonna hold on.
And look, that's his first fight at middleweight. That's his first fight at middleweight against William Joppy, the champion.
Vargas had a chin, man. Until he got.
And he was dang. Oh my God, bro. Trinidad was something else, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Look at that left hook. Clipped him.
Clean shots, accurate shots with both hands, bro.
Look at him holding. Trinidad trying to get him off.
Yeah, go to your corner, man. Go to. I'll help you out. I'm gonna help you go to your corner, man.
It was the real.
I'm talking about accuracy, bro. That accuracy with both hands. You know how some people throw furries and bunches and be missing? Nah, Tito is accurate as fuck, bro. I ain't mean to cuss, man, but that's for real, bro. With both hands.
Damn, look at that right. Power in both hands, you right. Left hand and the right hand. And he had footwork too, bro. You know what I mean? He had footwork too, for real. Man. And that was a middleweight champion. His first fight at middleweight. He destroyed William Joppy, bro. And I was a William Joppy fan, bro. I thought Joppy was going to win that fight against Ricardo Mayorga. It's after 3 years off, 3 years out the ring. Look at Mayorga was telling him, saying, hit me. And I remember
Yeah. He was trying to be more. He trying to have more heart than Vargas, but they end up, nah, bro. Vargas held up pretty good than this guy.
Man, look at the crowd going crazy. He was a fan favorite. People jumping out their seats. He just brought that excitement to boxing, bro. He brought his The excitement that he brought to boxing, bro, was unmatched, bro.
He said, "Get off me, stop holding me. I'm gonna change your hair color with every punch. I'm gonna change your hair dye with every punch I throw at you." Accuracy, bro. Look at the accuracy with both hands.
And
And
he was
baby,
at Mayorga with everything. I can't believe Mayorga's still standing.
I know, right? Like,
Damn, boy. Left hook upstairs. Oh, man, look at the hand speed. This is after retirement, bro. He come back doing this. Left hook to the body with the body shots, too.
the body shots, man. Look, he go look with the same hand. He got you with the body shot, and then he come with the hook. Then he come with the right. Come on, man. Who got hey uh baby Tito, man? That's Tito, man.
Maurice Blocker, his first world title. This is how he became a champion the first time. Left hook, right hand. Had Maurice, man, knocked out Maurice Blocker. Man, he had crazy hands, bro. Trinidad had crazy hands. Right hand against Luis Garcia right here. Trinidad making it look easy. Big right hand lead. Camacho, Hall of Famer. He was beating so many undefeated fighters, so many Hall of Famers on his resume. He only lost to the best. You know what I mean? Trinidad only lost to the greats, bro. Winky Wright, Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins. And all those dudes, you know what I'm saying? Hall of Famers, bro. Bigger than him. Hopkins was much bigger than him. You had fighters like Roy Jones, who was bigger than him. You know what I mean? Winky Wright was the only one that was started off at 147, his same weight class that beat him. And Trinidad only been stopped one time against Bernard Hopkins, and that's when his father threw in the towel. Man, he's hitting Yori Boy Campos with all type of shots. All type of shots.
With the same arm, bro.
Too.
With the same hand. Combination with one hand. Like
man, he was hitting them with some stuff, bro. He was hitting them with some shots, bro. Against Hector Camacho, the Battle of Puerto Rico. You see both of them got the Puerto Rican flag on their trunks. Camacho with the Puerto Rican flag on his trunks. Felix Trinidad with the Puerto Rican flag on his trunks. Yo, Camacho was a beast, too. Camacho never been knocked out before. You know what I mean? Camacho has never been knocked out during his career, bro. So what I'm going to do now is I'm about to play this little this documentary. I got a Felix Trinidad, bro. So turn up. Let's get back to this film study. Young guy, what up, YG? YG, shout out to the MXBC, you heard? Let's go, bro. Hit the like button. Mind taker, everybody, bro. Shout out to YG. You know what I mean? Let's get it going, bro. Let me show this Felix Trinidad documentary, bro.
yeah, let's go to that, please.
Beast
Man.
mode, bro. Straight beast mode. You better believe it. Versus Oscar De La Hoya when he beat the Golden Boy. You know what I mean? Beast the Golden Boy. Probably one of his biggest wins of his career. He had a lot of big wins. I don't know which one was his biggest. He had so many big wins. It's hard to decide which was his biggest win. So let's go to the documentary. All-time great. Tito Felix Trinidad, baby.
Felix Trinidad faced off with unbeaten Mexican-American Oscar De La Hoya in 1990. The competitive dominance of Hispanic fighters.
Let me see.
Expectations for what was billed as the fight of the millennium could scarcely have been any higher.
All right.
Any story like this needs a start. It needs an amulet. It needs something where people look at right away and see something special. And for Oscar De La Hoya, it was winning an Olympic gold medal with his mother having recently
as associated with an immigrant group, quickly becoming the favored son on the island of Puerto Rico, following in the footsteps of Roberto Clemente.
I tell Tito every time that we get together,
You're just gonna make a fool.
he sort of threw coal on the fire with the Mexican fans.
Felix Trinidad had none of the cultural dilemmas associated with an immigrant group, quickly becoming the favored son on the island of Puerto Rico, following in the footsteps of Roberto Clemente.
I tell Tito every time that we get together, I said that I was very proud of him. I said carrying a torch that actually my father carried at one time.
He's rightfully proud of his heritage, of his roots, of his achievements as a Puerto Rican, and he stands for the values and principles of the Puerto Rican people.
I love you, Puerto Rico.
He has not learned English, was actually seen as something very good among a lot of Puerto Ricans because he's not really like selling out. He really wants to stay one of us, a humble guy who's a fighter, fighting for us, which was contrary to what some people thought that Oscar De La Hoya was. That it seemed like Oscar De La Hoya was really fighting for himself.
Not only is Felix Puerto Rico born, but Felix is more in the style of the warrior. He is the fighter that comes out and wants to finish a fight, if possible, with one punch.
Trinidad's success was built on lessons taught by his trainer, manager, and father, Felix Trinidad Sr.
Everything I learned since I was a kid, I learned from my father. He always said that I was better than he was. And another thing I learned that was instilled from him was to have courage, to have guts, to never fear anyone.
The father and son combination would win their first professional title in 1993, when a 20-year-old Felix Trinidad defeated welterweight champion Maurice Blocker.
My dreams as a father and as a trainer were that he become a champ as an amateur, which he did. And when he turned pro, I wanted him to do it again. I wanted him to become a champion, and we did it. My father is a person who neither tries to control my life nor me. Whenever he said, Tito, we shouldn't do this because it's not good for us, or Tito, let's do this. Whatever my father said, I agreed with him.
Now contrast that with Oscar De La Hoya, who has a love-hate relationship with his father.
It's a relationship of boss and employee in many respects. I think the mother was the love. She was the charm. She hugged him when the father yelled at them.
For a long time,
Let's get
Oscar's
to it,
father would
bro.
never praise him. And Oscar told me
Trinidad versus De La Hoya, and possibly his biggest win.
De La Hoya signed to unify the titles with Felix Trinidad. Soon after defeating Corte, De La Hoya signed to unify the titles with Felix Trinidad. Suddenly, 1999 was looking like the early 1980s, when the welterweight division was at boxing's forefront.
Like Leonard versus Hearns, one fight between two young stars in their prime. De La Hoya versus Trinidad was going to decide who was the major force in boxing below the heavyweight division.
Two undefeated fighters, same weight, same age, in their prime, didn't like one another. That had mystique written all over it.
The La Hoya fight was not only a big fight for Trinidad, it was, look, over here in Puerto Rico, it's one of the biggest things ever. People thought it was a do-or-die situation for Trinidad.
What was on the line for De La Hoya in this fight was the defining moment as to whether or not he could actually earn the respect that he so richly wanted. He had one man in front of him, a man that had the respect of the world, and if he could win this fight, Oscar gets over.
De La Hoya versus Trinidad grabbed the public's attention, but the historic rivalry between Puerto Rico and Mexico triggered raw nationalistic emotions.
Puerto Rico and Mexico go at it in every sport. And when you take it to boxing, you're talking about just one-on-one, one country on one side, one country on the other, and just two men in the ring.
I think in a way, the real head-to-head came in De La Hoya Trinidad.
You had Puerto Rico and their favorite child. You had Mexico with a fighter that they had adopted. They had never felt that Oscar De La Hoya was one of them, but they're going to borrow him for this one.
The tremendous hype of the fight was realized the day before at the weigh-in.
They came up with the idea that this fight was so big, we should do it in the arena. The weigh-in for this fight was something special.
This felt like a World Cup final between Mexico and Puerto Rico.
When Oscar came out, you saw one of those moments that you see once in a while in boxing.
I couldn't make the weight anymore. And I was so concerned that I took everything off. And the arena just went crazy because apparently my trainer, I told him keep the damn towel up. And he apparently
brought it down, and everybody went crazy. I said, "What's going on?" I looked down, and I'm like exposed to the world.
Oscar De La Hoya, 147 pounds.
The weigh-in was a preview of what would go on in the arena the next night. We knew the atmosphere was going to be over the top.
On a weekend of electric excitement in Las Vegas, 5 years of eager anticipation among boxing insiders and fight fans, climaxes with the welterweight summit meeting between two unbeaten knockout artist champions, Puerto Rico's Felix Trinidad, Southern California's Oscar De La Hoya.
What boxing truly needs tonight is a fight that lives up to or even exceeds the very high expectations of this fight. It would also be nice if we got a decision that was just in the end.
Trinidad used the national spotlight to draw attention to the controversy on the Puerto Rican island of Zayas, where the U.S. conducted military exercises.
There were always these accidental deaths of someone because of this. It was one death which occurred, and people were saying enough is enough. And when Felix Trinidad walked into the ring, showing solidarity with the people of Zayas, he couldn't ask for anything better.
Wherever it was, whether it was a big screen or a TV set or whatever, it created a bridge directly to the heart so every Puerto Rican watch.
The time has arrived for the ultimate confrontation. 12 rounds of boxing for the welterweight championship of the world. Felix Trinidad.
People knew that Oscar had boxing skills and that he was going to have to outbox Tito to win. But nobody realized he was going to do it that easily. He was giving him a clinic.
You're taking him to school. You're giving him a boxing lesson. I remember leaning over to the guy next to me, sort of in shock, and said, De La Hoya is making Trinidad look foolish.
Harold, how'd you score the first 3 rounds? 3-0. 30-27, Oscar De La Hoya. Beautiful big generation, good clean punching. Oscar wins on those 2 points.
And he's trying to chase me, and he's lost. So I say to myself, okay, if I continue on this and pop my jab, right hand, throw a few combinations here and there, then I can win the fight.
Punch this guy to hell, Oscar. Like you said you were going to do. Give him a boxing lesson. Oscar popping Trinidad with a 4-punch combination, skipping forward, going to the body, back upstairs. Outclass is too big a word for what's happening here, but it's verging on that. Harold, how do you have it through 9? Jim, 6 rounds to 3, 87-84, Oscar De La Hoya. Boxing beautifully.
As the fight moved into the later rounds, De La Hoya's successful boxing strategy deteriorated into retreat.
Oscar's always been the one to close the show. Now he's trying to close the show by guaranteeing a victory for himself simply by staying away from Trinidad.
I have to admit I was a bit tired. I've never boxed like that in my life. My legs were shaking. I thought I had the fight in the bag after 9 rounds. So I'm going to cruise the last 3 rounds. And that's what my corner told me to. So I said, okay, let's do it. You got him controlled. You got the fight.
Both Alcazar and Gil Clancy in his corner told him you have the fight won, and they basically instructed him not to engage Trinidad too heavily. Don't risk too much. And it turned out to be terrible advice.
2 more rounds. Okay, that's it, and we go home.
You can blame the corner, you can blame the people, but inside the ring, it's only you.
How do you feel, Oscar? Okay, box the next 2 rounds.
My corner was telling me box him, and then you have to fight in the bag. But when it comes down to it, hey, it's my fault.
He made a choice that rather than get knocked out, rather than get hurt, he would take a chance that he had a big enough lead and stay away. And he basically threw away the last 3 rounds.
You lost a lot of fans
within his own ethnic community by fighting the last 3 rounds against Trinidad the way they did. That is not the way a Mexican fighter would have fought that particular fight.
He's finished. We gotta take him now. He's all beat up already. Now we gotta go. Now it's your fight.
He seemed uncomfortable because he kept running. He knew that if he stopped to fight, he could have been knocked out because he knew I was a harder puncher. That's why he was always on the run.
At the end of 9 rounds, he had a 3-point lead. All he needed to do was win one of the last 3 rounds, and he would have won.
You can feel the scorecards narrowing as round 12 begins. Harold Letterman, how do you have it going into the last break? 105, 104, 6 rounds to 5. Oscar De La Hoya. Jim, the question is, can you win a fight running away? Many questions to be answered after these next 55 seconds go away.
George, you tell me, do you think that De La Hoya has won the fight the way he's fought the last several rounds?
I don't think so. I think he had the fight in control, and now he's leaving in the hand of the judges.
As the crowd awaited the decision, many believed that De La Hoya's popularity in Las Vegas would give him the edge with the judges.
Well, we've talked about the home court factor. The question of whether Tito Trinidad can get a decision against Oscar De La Hoya in Las Vegas.
Oscar lived in Los Angeles, but his town was Las Vegas. He fought there so many times, his biggest fights, he fought there. And if you're going to outpoint him, you better beat him convincingly, otherwise you had no chance.
I knew that Oscar won the fight. I mean, the first 9 rounds, the worst it could have been was 7-2. There was no way he could lose the fight.
Michael Buffer has the numbers in his hand.
Glenn LaMotta scores the bout 114 to 114. He has it even.
The first scorecard. When they announced it was like such a close call, I said, oh, okay, here we go. I'm going to be part of a shady situation.
Pablo Jesus scores the bout 115 to 114.
I was confident that Tito had won. We knew he had won it. However, there was still the possibility that they would steal it from us.
And Jerry Robb scores the bout 115 to 113 for the winner by majority decision de Puerto Rico and the unified welterweight champion of the world, Felix Trinidad.
That answers the question of whether Felix Trinidad could get a decision against Oscar De La Hoya in Las Vegas. Yes, he could.
The celebration of the Trinidad victory went from the ring in Las Vegas to the streets of Puerto Rico.
I had beat the Golden Boy. It was a moment of great emotion. I cried when I heard the decision. It's a moment I'll never forget.
De La Hoya's first reaction to the decision was denial.
You know, I know I won. He's a great fighter. I thought I put a boxing lesson of my life.
Once away from the ring, shock and outrage would soon merge and explode. Fighter won. Somebody forgot to tell Trinidad's fans there was a controversy. The following morning, all of Puerto Rico welcomed him home.
People everywhere, flags everywhere, dancing. It was a great party. I mean, people did not go to work. The government gave the day off to the people just to be able to say hi to Tito.
I went on stage and said hello to all my people. They were chanting and cheering. It was a beautiful moment, an experience I will never forget. And like I said that day, we beat Oscar De La Hoya and the Golden Boys no more.
The fight exceeded the hype in one important way. The 1.4 million buys on pay-per-view.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts on that one, my brother? Talk to me.
Man, where do you start from there, man? I mean, it was a high intensity fight.
You kind of went out. You went out. I hear
you can hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you good now.
I mean, the tension was so thick, man, in that fight. And like they said, Oscar was up, but remind you, Tito wasn't that far off in the scorecards either. So I kind of agree with the first scorecards who had it about even, which would have been a rematch which I was hoping for. Run back with Oscar and Tito. 'Cause I feel as though they should have fought a couple more times, trilogy type time. You know what I mean? But that night was a statement fight, and Oscar, they say he gave it away. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, man, Tito was outboxing him the last 3 rounds. So and Oscar, he wasn't really effective as he was in the earlier rounds. So I feel as though the first card that was said was about even was the accurate card. So that should have been a draw for real. You know what I mean? But they had to make a decision. And you see the scorecard was 115-13 in the favor of Tito. So Oscar gave that fight away, and that celebration in Puerto Rican was meant to be, and that was and that was Tito win.
Exactly. Oscar was running, bro. Felix, you know what I mean, was putting pressure on him. Oscar was doing good in the beginning of the fight, but he got tired and he couldn't continue to box like that. You know what I mean? So he just started running and tried to survive. He was in survival mode. You're not gonna win no championship fight like that. A
And
fight
then
of that
right,
magnitude, bro.
I mean, yeah, especially at that magnitude, we talking about Mexican and Puerto Rico, and somebody got to walk out to be the winner. But in Oscar defense, he did a excellent first half, just a poor second half. So vice versa, you could say that about Trinidad. Trinidad had a first poor half, but he dominated in the second half. So that's why I feel as though the card was about even.
Yeah,
115-115.
even though Felix was he was he was losing the first half of that fight. He was still trying. He was trying, bro. He kept coming forward, and you can respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
he kept it consistent. Yeah, but
De La Hoya towards the end of the fight, he wasn't even trying. All he was doing was running.
he was trying to get the win off of
He was trying to survive. You feel me?
off the name, off the clout, off the being the champ. He was hopefully that would lean towards him, but that cost him. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted that fight to finish strong. Now, he would have finished strong, I believe it would have been a draw. Because I don't think neither one was going to knock each other out. And if they would have just banged it out, toe to toe, I mean, that was a risk on Oscar part. But like you said, Oscar was in the mix and toe to toe with both hands, too. They both got hands of both powers. So I feel as though Oscar should have just, went toe to toe with him and banged it out, which would have made it even more crazy. And that really might have been a draw that night.
Facts. I got more footage for us. We got more footage. Shout outs to JFL, bro.
If it was a draw that night, what you think the reaction would be like? Because I mean, you win, they're gonna be celebrating. That's obvious. But if it was a draw, which the first scorecard was accurate, and at the same time, Tito got that momentum in the second half, and he got the win. So that's a good win, a fair win. And Oscar knew he gave that fight up. So, but I'm saying if Oscar would have went toe to toe and finished the fight strong like Tito did, that would have been a draw, bro.
Facts.
I had no doubts that would have been a draw.
Yeah, but he didn't, bro. He was in survival mode. All he was trying to do was survive, bro. You know what I mean? I got exclusive footage. Let's get into this exclusive. Shout outs to JFL heads. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna turn this volume up.
Don't be fooled by the boyish face, the charming smile, or the cute nickname. Felix Tito Trinidad was raised to be a fighter. Nurtured by the commanding touch of a strict father, he has methodically worked his way through the ranks of boxing, through every challenge thrown his way. Today, this trim 28-year-old Puerto Rican phenom stands at the top of the boxing world.
I have already been world champion in 2 categories, as a welterweight and super welterweight. Now I'm moving to another category, the middleweight. It'll be my 3rd world championship, and I hope to be crowned champion on May 12th, and then to go on and unify the title. I plan to come away with a 160-pound title and prove that I am the best.
Proving that has formed Trinidad's mission since he first became a champion at the age of 20. With mega fight after mega fight, he has put his titles on the line with uncommon regularity. Against some of boxing's biggest names, he has routinely displayed not only talent, but courage and heart.
For the last 2 years, I have fought against the best. I've never turned down a fight. In my career, I fought against 7 #1 contenders, 3 Olympic gold medalists. In 1999, I beat Pernell Whitaker. And then I went on to defeat Oscar De La Hoya. Both De La Hoya and Whitaker won gold medals in the Olympics. In 2000, I beat David Reed, another Olympic gold medalist. And these are fighters that I need to confront. I've undeniably beaten them, and I have had spectacular victories against all of them.
But it was Trinidad's last performance that may have been his best. On came the cocky and defiant Fernando Vargas, heralded as one of the most talented young fighters in the game. Vargas brought verbal machismo, backed by an Olympic pedigree, and an unbeaten professional record. Trinidad handled the up-and-comer with veteran savvy and then some.
I wanted to win, and I also wanted to hurt him, because during those last few days, he had become a little bit of a show-off, and I don't like that. I was set to win and knock him out.
Big left hook by Trinidad, and Vargas is stunned. Vargas is stunned and down.
I had no doubt that I would win the fight. I dominated the fight, although Vargas got to me in the 4th round. But it's happened to me before. Thank God I was able to get back up and continue fighting. But I should also mention that I knocked Vargas down, I think, 5 times during the fight. I've sometimes shied away from saying it, but I need to say it was a great fight. The world knows that I've had spectacular victories against the best boxers in the world, and I remain undefeated with 39 wins, 0 losses.
After that resounding victory, fans in his native Puerto Rico lavished their champion with a hero's welcome.
I was very well received in Puerto Rico. Everyone went to greet me on Sunday when I returned. And people from my neighborhood, people from Puerto Rico, went to the airport to greet the champ. They consider me a national hero. They were as excited about this victory as any of my previous victories.
This is the man right here. That's the champion.
The fans truly went nuts.
Felix has the qualities of an idol and a celebrity, but also, and most important, the qualities of a hero that is an example to the young and to all the people. We have great champions that have been champions in one category. The first, #1, pound per pound, in the whole sport is Felix Trinidad. That's great.
Amazingly, winning 4 titles has not gone to Trinidad's head. Success has only compelled him to reach higher. With the middleweight championship of the world as his next immediate goal, Trinidad hones his craft with the determination of one just starting out.
I am training extremely hard. My routine, I exercise in the morning. I run. Then I do some physical conditioning exercises with my father and my physical trainer, Morales. Then I do weight training. In the afternoon, I go to the boxing gym to complete my daily routine. In this way, I work to refine my boxing. I've worked hard, and it's been worth it. With my dad's help, and with the help of my group.
Under the vigilant eye of Felix Trinidad Sr., the fighter has been a lifelong work in progress, father and son, trainer, manager, and champion. In a sport that has seen many such partnerships die hard, this working relationship is a rare combination.
I think another important aspect is that I want to share is what I'm going to conquer. My father has been a person very important in my full career.
Importante en mi carrera.
The relationship between my father and I, as both father and son, and trainer and boxer, is a very good one. From the time I debuted as an amateur to the time I debuted as a professional boxer, it's been a very strong relationship, and it still is. As a father and son, we're very close. What happens to him happens to me, and together we're fighting to keep moving ahead.
According to many, Trinidad will have his hands full with the current middleweight champion William Joppy, a career 160-pounder who has held this belt for over 5 years. Trinidad scoffs at the skeptics and remains unbowed by his foes' boastful warnings.
Trinidad cannot deal with it. Them beating fathers, David Reed, you know, they still baby. He's dealing with a vet.
Yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Hold on, let me turn the volume down. What's your thoughts on that video, my brother?
You continuing or?
That's the end of that video. I got some more videos.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, Joppy thought wrong.
Yeah, Joppy was a beast, though. That's the thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Man, I thought he was gonna win. I can't lie because he was moving up to middleweight, bro. I was like, man, Joppy was really an undefeated fighter. He
right,
only
5 years. Yep.
So Julio Cesar Green was a robbery loss. You know what I mean? Joppy could fight.
That shows you how hard and dedication, Tito really wanted that goal. You know what I'm saying? To reach that straight to the gusto. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming for your belt, bruh. Free smoke. And he moved up. So that tells you a lot about Tito's character, heart, courage, everything that was explained. You know what I mean? And like I said, his opponents, they were all certified champs.
Yeah, he was fighting the best, bro. Even sometimes when it wasn't to his greatest advantage. Even sometimes I felt like, bro, that Hopkins fight really, you know what I mean, took its toll on him. You know what I mean? Hopkins really beat him real bad. But you know what? He didn't duck Hopkins. He could have ducked him like Roy Jones was ducking that rematch against Hopkins for years. You know what I mean? But one thing about Felix, he never ducked anybody. One more video for Felix. I got some more videos, but here go one of the last ones, and then there's another joint, and then we could go to after this one. We're gonna check out some Xander Zayas footage. You know what I mean? Some more footage of the next Felix Trinidad, Xander Zayas. Shout outs to him, bro.
Shout out.
For sure. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel. More Felix Trinidad, bro. More Trinidad. Let's go.
The big verses now, and it's time for the big fights that years ago I never got. Not because of me, but because
logic tells you that Trinidad, by contrast, will want to provide an explosive knockout. Is that good for him in this fight?
I think so, but it's not that he want to do it. Trinidad is a natural puncher. Every punch he throws, his intentions are brutal. He intends to get a knockout with every punch. So,
pound for pound in the sport.
I've been a champion for 6 years, but it's time for the big verses now, and it's time for the big fights that years ago I never got. Not because of me, but because of the promoters. But it's 1999, and it'll be a great year for me.
26-year-old welterweight champion Felix Trinidad is in his 10th year of professional boxing. But because he's never received the kind of exposure or prize money he feels he deserves, he's fought only 3 times in the last 28 months and remains relatively little known.
It's bothersome, yes. Inactivity can hurt a boxer's career. He's not earning money. He's not seen. He's not maintaining his level of visibility. But we got a good contract for him now. He's being paid what he's worth on the market. On 2 occasions, I've had 7 and 8 months of inactivity. This time, I've gone 9 months without a fight. But now we're done with this whole thing with Don King, the conflicts in court in New York and in Puerto Rico. It's all been resolved.
Unhappy to have been an underpaid, undercard fighter throughout his career, Trinidad ended his feud with promoter Don King when King rewarded Felix with a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract.
will finally shift the focus from the courtrooms to the boxing ring.
At one time, you could say that Don King didn't value my career enough. I wasn't paid per fight what I'm worth, but now I earn big money my next fight. What we want to do is just boxing. Get some big fights and show those who may have any doubts that there's no one better than me.
Tienen un poco de duda.
The timing couldn't be any better for Trinidad. In the competitive, star-studded 147-pound division, a win over Whitaker could open doors for a possible showdown with Oscar De La Hoya after De La Hoya's split decision victory over Ike Quartet last week.
This time has come. I've been saying that for a long time. Along with the financial compensation, he's got to get the big fights. The promoters know that to pay him, they've got to get fighters who will attract the public. And Vito wants to fight those boxers who are at his level too.
Now appearing in his first big fight since he decisioned Hector Camacho and knocked out Yuri Boy Campos and Obakar 5 years ago, Trinidad is confident a victory over Whitaker will bring him the recognition that has eluded him for so long.
Mucha gente en la calle, el público.
I think that after this fight with Whitaker, when I win, I'm sure the public and everyone else will see that I am the best pound for pound. After that fight, there will be no doubt that I'm number one.
Eso le espero, estoy seguro de eso.
Further complicating Trinidad's obscurity problem is the fact he still lives in his native Puerto Rico.
I've lived here all my life. My family is here, my people. I like it here. I like the atmosphere. And no matter where I go, everyone, Puerto Ricans, Americans, everyone says hello.
So Felix Trinidad's moment to make a mark in contemporary welterweight history has finally arrived. There should be no more excuses about problems with promoters and insufficient prize money. He has his big money contract now and seeks to gain respect to go along with it.
The truth, bro. Yo, so JFL, man, I just want to say Felix Trinidad, he was signed, you know what I'm saying, to Don King. And we all know Don King was a corrupt promoter. So he had some issues with Don King during his career, but I feel like they had fixed it. They fixed it, and you know what I mean. He was inactive for a while. You know what I mean. What's your thoughts on that last video? You know, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, Tito, he pressed the issue, man. He said, "Y'all better than this. I'm bringing the fans. I'm trying to, you know, get those bigger fights that's overdue, and you're gonna pay up." You know what I'm saying? But you know. You can get his you know his rightful due and make it right, you know what I'm saying? But there's always something with something though, you know what I'm saying? So that happens, so those bigger fights happen. So paying itself out that way.
Yes, because at first he was upset with his contract. I think Don King signed him to, you know, it was a bullshit contract. And then Tito, you know, he was upset with his situation. And then Don King restructured his contract. And Tito was happy after that. You know what I mean? Then he got in those big fights against De La Hoya, Pernell Whitaker's, Fernando Vargas fights. You know what I mean? He started getting into those big fights, which he wanted. But like you said, you know, it fixed the situation. And he was able to get in those big time fights. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, he was in some big fights, bro. Of that era, I think Felix Trinidad, bro, he had took over boxing. At one point, he was the most exciting fighter in the world. He was one of the biggest names in the sport, bro. You know what I mean? He was definitely one of the biggest names when he beat De La Hoya. Come on, he was the first man to beat De La Hoya.
Yeah, so he was
made him a star, bro. He beat the Golden Boy.
His name was ringing bells in USA and in Puerto Rico at the same time.
Facts. I got some more footage for you from the next Trinidad, Xander Zayas. Here go a little this interview he did. Let me play that for you. Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad. Trinidad, an all-time great, bro. All-time great Felix Trinidad. Plenty of wins, bro. You know what I mean? Over De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, Pernell Whitaker, Hector Camacho, David Reed, William Joppy, you name it, bro. He beat him. Only lost to greats. Only been knocked out one time in his career, bro. Only one time he was knocked out. He was stopped. He wasn't even knocked out. It was a TKO. You know what I mean? He got stopped against Bernard Hopkins. And Hopkins was way bigger than him. Hopkins was the middleweight. Yeah, I mean, he took his loss like a man. Didn't make no excuses. He came back, you know what I mean, and beat Ricardo Mayorga. Here go this interview for you of the next Trinidad. Check him out. Xander Zayas.
This was actually 2 years ago. I was 110 pounds and 106. I'll say I'm sorry. I was 106 pounds and then after that was my last tournament at 106. Then after we just got the growth split, then I went to 125. Won my national there. Then I went to 152 the year after and won the national again, and then became pro. I started boxing at the age of 5. I was being victim of bullying, and my mom decided to put me into boxing. You know, I'll say when I won my third national back to back in Puerto Rico, I really thought that I was good at the sport, and I decided to make it part of my life.
You know, the way we met was he was actually going to fight one of my kids from Romania. And at the tournament, I found out that my fighter wasn't going to be able to participate at nationals, and they were already matched up. So I went up to Xander's coach at the time and told him, look, you know, I'm going to go ahead and pull my fighter out, so that, you know, if something happens and he did win the fight, I don't want it to hinder, you know, Xander's chances. So we went ahead and you know, pulled my fighter out of the competition, and it allowed Xander to go ahead and compete, you know, against someone else. And of course, you know, the phenomenal fighter he was, you know, he ended up winning and going out to nationals. Now, when he returned from nationals, his coach wasn't, you know, his health wasn't the greatest, and he ended up passing away, unfortunately. So I guess he kind of remembered, you know, what we discussed, and you know, he showed up in my gym one day, and we've been together ever since. You know, it was like one of those match made in heaven type of deals. You know, I told him once I pulled my kid out, I told him, all right, you know, I'll support you all the way through now. You know, we're both being Puerto Rican. I told him, you know, I'm going to support my compatriot as well.
Oh man, Puerto Rico, hey. You gotta read it. Puerto Rico, Boricua pride, you already know. I feel great, man. It's just, man, I think I was born in the right place at the right time. Puerto Rico is just something amazing, and it's the best island that I can think of right now. Man, first of all, I'm grateful for the opportunity that Top Rank gave me. My team, I got a great team, and it feels great. It feels great. It's an opportunity for a lifetime, and I think that I believe that I gotta take advantage of it and just do my best every time I step into the ring.
Well, it was great, you know, especially the fact that, you know, that's the promoter that he wanted to sign with. You know, there was interest from a bunch of different promoters, and, you know, we discussed it with him. But Top Rank was always his top pick. You know, Top Rank was somebody that, you know, his idol was signed with, you know, which is Miguel Cotto. And, you know, he felt they moved him, you know, the way, you know, a promoter should move a fighter. And he felt, you know, that they could possibly do the same for him. And after, you know, meeting with everyone over at Top Rank, we all felt extremely comfortable with, you know, with going forward and making that decision to sign with them.
My thing is that my motivation. A lot of people don't ask about my motivation, and I'll say my motivation is my mother. My mother is like something. I think that's my why. Why I do this. Why I wanna be great in boxing is because of my mom. So that's a question that not a lot of people ask me, and a lot of people don't know. She's my hero. You know, she's somebody that works hard for whatever she wants in life. Somebody that always push the limits. Somebody that you know, as a woman, you know, just as a human being, you gotta admire. And I believe she's my hero, and this is why I do it. Why I do the things I do because of her. I want the best for her, and the best for my family. Every time I feel weak, every time I feel sore, tired, I just think about my wife. I just think about her, my sister, my dad, Orlando Garcia. I just think about them, and it gave me strength. It gave me a lot of energy just to keep moving forward, keep pushing. Man, again, we just started my pro career. 5 years from now, I see myself in a great spot, maybe a world contender or a world title holder. But let's see where where it takes me. Where it takes me, I'm gonna be ready, and I'm gonna keep fighting for what I love and what I do.
For sure. What you think about that, Jay? What he just said on that interview?
I mean, I like everything he said, especially the comparisons of how Tito talk highly his parents, which is his father, and in this case, uh Tito Jr. referring to his mother. But the same motivation is there, the same energy is there, skill set is there, same mindset is there. Man, that's Tito Jr. in my book, bruh.
For sure. I got some more for you. Let me show you some more stuff. Everybody hit that like button. Shout out to JFL Heads,
Motivation is key, man.
Motivation, exactly. He said he does this for his mother. He's big on his family. He said his mom is his motivation. We all know about Felix Trinidad and his relationship with his father. His father was his trainer, and Felix loved his father so much. And you could see on his actual his Hall of Fame speech, when Felix talked about his father, he broke down crying. So here goes some more footage of Xander Zayas.
We have decided to list the prospects in age order, starting with the youngest, and include the record and weight class for each. And so first up, a fighter who debuted last October, just 6 weeks after his 17th birthday. And he goes to and Jay Beatty calls the fight. Top-ranked, youngest ever signing, an 11-time Puerto Rican champion, Xander Zayas.
11-time Puerto Rican champion, my bad, 11-time.
An 11-time Puerto Rican champion. Top-ranked, youngest ever signing, an 11-time Puerto Rican champion, Xander Zayas. The other 17-year-old
You know what I mean? 11-time champion, Xander Zayas. He's an 11-time champion, bro, in Puerto Rico. 11-time national champion in Puerto Rico, bro. Crazy background, JFL. I swear, bro. This kid got what it takes, bro. 11 national champions and from Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? The same, fighting style as a Felix Trinidad. You know what I mean? The sky is the limit for him, Jay. I'm telling you, bro.
I like
for anybody, bro, in the future.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely need big fights. But Tito, he got his big fights later, so maybe it should mirror that, you know what I mean? Give him the big fights when he's ready, and he's ready at all times. And I like the fact that he said, like he got a mental note, and he said himself, I was born at the right time, man. For real.
For sure, bro. The man is ready, bro. Here goes a few highlights of him training in the gym. Let me play this. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Xander Zayas, the next.
Hey, I gotta say this though, Ace Money. Hey, I had to say this real quick though. Now, comparison is like mind blowing, right? But I would never thought I would ever see like another Tito Trinidad ever until Zayn Alexander, man. I mean, how you say his name? I'm trying to
Xander Zayas.
Xander Zayas. Yeah, I'm trying to get his name right, kind of roll off the tongue, whatever. But Zayn, Tito, and you know what I mean, bro. I can't really get his name like. I mean.
The next Felix Trinidad. It was a couple of fighters that came up in the game, and they was trying to say, oh, he's the next Trinidad, a guy named by the name of Matias. You know what I mean? Matias at 140. I remember it was a couple of guys saying, oh, this the next Trinidad.
Yeah, shout out to
he ended up getting
shout out that channel right there. That's on the screen right there.
Yeah, I subscribe to a channel. He's from Puerto Rico. He always talking about Xander Zayas. He's always
Local Sports. Yeah, shout out to him.
He always making videos about him. He always talking about him. Yeah, I believe he Puerto Rican too. So yeah, I mean he's promoting Puerto Rican fighters. I subscribed to his channel yesterday. You know what I mean? And
he keeps a G, bro. He keeps a G.
Yeah, it's another channel that I want you to subscribe to, JFL. His name is World Combat Sports. I don't know if you subscribe to his channel, but check him out, bro. I was on his panel today. We had a great boxing conversation. Yeah, I mean, we was talking about boxing, and it was we just talking straight boxing, bro. And man, interviewing fighters. Yeah, I mean, his name is World Combat Sports, JFL. If you subscribe to his channel,
I'm gonna check it out. You refer it, I'm gonna definitely check it out and subscribe. And the people who's watching this tune in, do the same.
Yeah, do the same, bro. Check him out. Hit that like button right away. Xander Zayas, the next, you know what I mean? The next Felix Trinidad. Here goes some more footage of him. You know what I mean? The man lives in the gym, like I'm saying. Here we go, the next Felix Trinidad, bro. Check him out. You know what I mean? Look at the skills, bro. He got the personality too, bro. He got the skills, the fighting ability. He got the smile like a Felix Trinidad. He gonna be.
You know what's crazy? On top of that, though, we got the we know he's Puerto Rico. We know it's all Puerto Rico, but we got a bilingual Trinidad right here in Zayas.
Yeah, Xander Zayas. Yeah, he speaks English too. You right.
Right.
Yeah, man, he gonna be big in America. You know what I'm saying? He's already big in Puerto Rico. He got a big fan base, bro. You know what I mean? And we all know about Puerto Rican fighters. You know how big. You know how they was stars, bro. Like Miguel Cotto was doing pay-per-views against Zab Judah. Miguel Cotto was a pay-per-view star. You have fighters like, you know what I mean? Fighters such as Felix Trinidad, of course, doing pay-per-views. You know what I mean? So Puerto Rican fighters, man, I think Puerto Rican fighters are very important to the sport of boxing, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that we are about to find that next Puerto Rican superstar and Xander Zayas, bro. I'm excited about him, bro. You know what I mean? And hopefully he could be a champion for a long time. Here go another interview. I'm going to play this one. A little interview. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Xander Zayas. You know what I mean? The next Felix Trinidad. Hit that like button right away. Subscribe to the channel, dog. Shout out to JFL, bro. You know what I mean? Subscribe to DSFG38 and O. Here we go. One of his interviews. Check it out.
Top fight, Xander Zayas. Okay, 17 years old? Yes, sir. 17. Just made it professional. Champ, you are now a professional. No headgear, light gloves, top rank. Will Steele. On Sidestep Boxing, we are here with the one and only Big Will Steele. And this young gentleman right here, young phenom, top rank, Xander Zayas. Okay, 17 years old? Yes, sir. 17. Just made his professional debut. Champ, you are now a professional. No headgear, light gloves, and you have the whole world talking about you. How does it feel?
It's an amazing feeling just to be with Top Rank and have all these people around me. I got a great team, so I'm blessed and just training hard every day.
All right, so now check this out. You also have, how do I call him? Because he's on fire right now. Unicorn. He's managing it.
I call him Manager of the Year.
Manager of the Year. That's right. Yeah, right away. Okay, now let me ask you another question. How did it come about? I don't know if you can answer this question, but how did it come about you getting under the Top Rank? When you started like at 16, 17, you started getting good things in your head. Okay, I think Top Rank is good. How did it work?
From the beginning, I started winning nationals back-to-back, and with a lot of people talking about me, not only in the amateur world, but in the pro world. I had a lot of confidence, and but I always wanted to sign with Top Rank, and my manager, Felix, gave me the encouragement to work with him, and you go
top rank, and we got the other two. All right, so what is your next fight? So my next fight will be November 30th in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, okay, now, for those that might not know you, you must not be following boxing. Where can they find you on social media?
They can find me on social media at Xander Zayas, Xanderzayas, and you'll find me there.
All right. My very nice question. This is my last question, all right? So let's say you're 17 and all right now. What is your dream fight?
Man, I don't want to answer that question, but I want to take everything step by step. Okay. We want to go and just build a good career, and wherever I am at 17 and 0, maybe wherever Trumpers want to do, I will do it, and I want to go step by step. I don't want to call out fighters. That,
Favorite fighter growing up?
Miguel Cotto.
All the way. Guys, go ahead and say, make sure you follow this young phenom. You're going to get big things in the following few years. The one and only, the X-Man, the green-eyed bandit. We got to get paid.
For sure, bro. He said that Miguel Cotto was his favorite fighter growing up. You know what I mean? But he reminds me more of Felix Trinidad. You know what I mean? As far as skill sets, and Cotto was a great fighter as well. JFL, I appreciate you on the panel. Tomorrow we definitely got boxing again. You know what I mean? Any final thoughts, my brother? You know what I mean? Closing this one out. What's your final thoughts?
Well, as you see, skill sets, mindset, definitely parallels to the legend Tito Trinidad. And he's 17. And I believe Tito, I think his professional career started like 20. So, yeah, man, we look forward to Zayas, Tito Jr. He's the next Tito Trinidad, and I would also like to hear his thoughts on Tito Trinidad, although his favorite fighter is Miguel Cotto. So I look forward for that interview later on in his career. Yeah, Zayas, Tito Jr., man.
For sure, man. Shout outs to JFL heads, man. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Shout outs to Coco, to Don, Fresh BX, you know what I mean? Young God, Omar. Shout outs to the Mind Taker, El Jefe, you know what I mean? Coco Tyler, you know what I mean? Strapped Up Sammy, Boxing Champ, Felix, everybody, man. Lil Byron. Shout outs to everybody, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad, bro. Felix Trinidad, all-time great fighter, bro. You know what I mean? Who started off at welterweight, moved all the way up to 160, beat some of the best fighters in the history of boxing. Felix Trinidad, the first man to beat Oscar De La Hoya. Felix Trinidad, he beat Pernell Whitaker. He beat Hector Camacho, Obakar, Yori Boy Campos, Maurice Blocker. You know what I mean? He beat Oscar De La Hoya, the first man to beat the Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya. Felix Trinidad moved up to 154 pounds and knocked out David Reed, an Olympic gold medalist and a world champion. Undefeated David Reed. Felix Trinidad knocked out Fernando Vargas, undefeated world champion at 154 pounds. Then he moved up to 160 and he knocked out William Joppy. He beat fighters like Ricardo Mayorga and knocked them out. All-time great Felix Trinidad. And I feel like Xander Zayas will be the next Tito Trinidad, bro. He will be the next Felix Trinidad. He got all the skills to do it. Only 17 years old. The youngest fighter to ever sign the top rank at only 16. 4-0 with 3 knockouts. Only 17 years old. So in the welterweight division, when you talk about the prospects, you talk about fighters like Virgil Ortiz. You talk about fighters like Jaron Ennis. You need to mention Xander Zayas from Puerto Rico, the next Felix Trinidad, because he's coming. He's the youngest. He's the youngest and the best. He's the best young prospect at 147 pounds. He's younger than Jaron Ennis. He's younger than Virgil Ortiz. He's coming up. That's your big three in a welterweight division in the future. Your big three: Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Xander Zayas. You need to put Xander Zayas in the conversation because he got all the skills in the world. An 11-time national champion in Puerto Rico. We know about the great Puerto Rican fighters. Hector Camacho, Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto. You know what I mean? Wilfredo Gomez. You hear me? Xander Zayas. He got to be in conversation. And we can't forget about Danny Garcia, another great Puerto Rican fighter. You know what I mean? Wilfredo Benitez, another great Puerto Rican fighter. Puerto Rican fighters are some of the most popular fighters in the history of boxing. You know what I mean? Pay-per-views with Hector Camacho. Pay-per-views, you know what I'm saying, with Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto. You know what I mean? So we got to get the next great Puerto Rican fighter. We got fighters coming up like Edgar Berlanga at 168 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated, 13 wins, 13 knockouts, all in the first round. You know what I mean? Xander Zayas, the next Felix Trinidad, bro. 4 wins, 3 knockouts. He's only 17 years old, and he's already a beast. Just imagine when he gets older. Imagine when his body matures, when he gets to 23, 24 years old, 25, when he gets stronger. You know what I mean? He's only going to get better and better, man. So you guys got to take heed right now. Pay attention to him because he's a superstar in the making. The next Felix Trinidad, Xander Zayas. We're signing out. Peace.
I'm convinced